What happened on our last little excursion on Lonesome West?
Last session on Lonesome West. Oh god, what did happen? We finished up in Niigata. Went all the way to Aomori to get what was her name? Yuki?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuki's family. We took them all the way from Heijo to Kusong. Went back to Seoul to get our shit. Then struggled to get across the border of Formosa and the Confederation a little bit, but we managed to do so. We just gotta get to Shenzhen to get our get proper documentation. And on the way there, we were in Hangzhou, and Zoe was able to do a shrine ritual, and we ended there.
It is indeed true. I believe.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Was that shrine keeper a halfling or was he just a human?
Not here.
Chris
Not
doesn't
here.
have halflings.
No, at Shengbao. I swear to God, it was a halfling.
There was a gnome at Qingbao.
No. Shit.
It was a gnome.
However, I don't remember the one for Hangzhou, but I think it was a human. Pretty sure it was a human.
It was.
Yeah.
Thank you. That being said, I believe you guys took residence in the Shrine Keeper's space, unless you went to the tavern. Either way, you awaken in the morning, no worse for wear, prepared for your future endeavors, whatever they may.
Neat.
We mainly just need to keep heading towards what the fuck was this place?
Shenzhen.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
we
we're
gotta-
I
gonna
thought it was
Shenzhen.
further away.
Nope.
No,
No,
You-
it's we're not that far
we've
off from
made
it.
progress.
Yeah, you went quite a long way in the last about week or so of travel. But because the road here is quite well maintained, especially once you cross over the border into the Confederation, it's been pretty easy going, surprisingly.
Surprisingly. So all we really need to do is go to Shenzhen, get documentation so that way we're not here temporarily. And after that, honestly, there's not much else we have to do except maybe just go in Lance's the direction of where Lance's prince was.
Yeah.
Unless something else pops up.
Suffering.
It is true.
Suffering could pop up.
It's true. At the moment, you are in Hangzhou. Everyone is dealing with their morning affairs, and you can do anything while you're here. Set off. It is your choice.
I would like to sneeze.
Let's see.
You did
I don't
so.
think I
Roll a
have
sneeze
anything
check.
to do.
Okay.
It's a ranged attack.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well,
Yeah, you
let
got
me just
sneeze
do-
juice everywhere.
It was a loud
Oh
sneeze.
man, not sneeze juice.
See, you don't have to have a target for a sneeze. It's just a melee ranged, or it's just a ranged
Oh,
attack at
it's
anything.
It's like a cone. Like
Yeah,
a cone
it's a ranged attack with
exactly.
scatter,
Yeah.
So it's just a dragon's breath weapon.
essentially.
Yeah. So you know, poison dragons, they just sneeze. Dude, I want a
Well,
sickly
the
green
skull.
dragonborn that just sneezes now. Hold on, don't steal that idea.
Too late.
Chris, I'm
Already
gonna
did
need you to delete this mod.
it.
Actually looks at my character in the back. Well,
Oh
No.
no! Oh
well.
no! Anyway, continue.
Anyway,
You
Yeah.
are all together. What shall you do?
Are you ready to go?
I'm good too.
Wait, do we? Yeah, we already looked at the magic shop here, didn't we?
I don't know if you actually did. Either
we
way,
did. It's where I got another
Yes.
set of sending stones.
Yeah, there wasn't much there.
yeah, it's a pretty small affair.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I've got no reason to stay.
That is fair. Niles is no worse for wear either. He is helps everyone get everything loaded up in the cart. Zoe mentions to the group that upon finishing her ritual last evening, she did her focusing with the ephemeris and does not seem to have any particular destination at the moment. You guys are free as birds.
We're freeze birds?
Yes, birds
I
are
don't
free.
have any
You have a bird?
birds.
Free bird?
Yes.
Free bird.
Free falling.
That's a different.
Yeah, those are two
Free
different songs.
real estate.
That's acceptable. However,
I still think you should open up. You should become a real estate agent, and your commercials. It could just be, it's free real estate.
I was shopping for a new car. Just wants me a new Berlin SUV. Credit is swag because I'm driving out the.
Let's go to Shenzhen.
Or EE, that smells free. Creditreport.com,
Report.com,
baby.
the worst. But yes, staying on the Gilded Road, you guys gather your things, move out as a group, and leave the city. It's about how far would that be? Probably like 2 days travel. Jesus, I opened up a tab. About
this
two,
is like
2.5
miles.
days travel. Nevertheless, you make your way down the Gilded Road. You do see that there's lots of soldiers heading out to the east following the highway. You also do see lots of merchants and travelers, just of all shapes and sizes, passing down this very well-tended cobblestone road that seems to just go on toward the horizon. You do see some looming mountains off to the north and the west, as well as a smaller range of mountains out to the northeast. All kind of like skirting its way as the road winds between various valleys. It's quite a beautiful sight, and the country here seems vast. And despite passing small little towns here and there, it seems to just be a wide open country as far as the eye can see. However, as your time continues, do you do anything while you are on your travel?
I sit in the cart and I work on the new clothes for Ren because his old clothes are slashed up.
How did they get slashed up?
They were scorched, not slashed.
George, that's it.
That is fair. That's a pretty easy procedure, so you could probably finish it up within a day and a half.
How are they scorched?
20.
You remember the instance in the Gloom Cave?
Yeah. That'll do.
Honestly, no.
He got endowed by his god.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I stood up in a burst of flames.
Do you have a sending scroll to use?
I ain't using it. I just forgot about it.
Nice.
I'm like, oh yeah, I have this.
Nevertheless, as you continue on the Gilded Path, you come upon the evening of the third day, where you begin to see a large amount of industrialization off to the northwest. You also see a large lake that is beginning to extend out before you. In due time, you find yourselves encroaching upon a very large city with a gigantic wall. It's very similar to the city back in Hangzhou. Very modernized, but this one seems to be much larger than the previous affair. Stepping through, they have their traditional custom thing. You guys have your little necklaces, which you can show there. They do some sort of scanning ritual, which seems to clarify who you are as travelers. But otherwise, one trick as you are coming upon the large gates here is they ask that you leave your cart on the outskirts, because carts are not allowed in the city.
What the fuck?
Why?
They give an explanation of the various laws that dictate this sort of thing, but it's mostly for noise. Noise and congestion.
We're allowed to bring all of our stuff in,
Yeah,
just not the cart.
Yeah, it's just it's a no cart city.
No, my
the-
cart.
The only people who can bring in carts are essentially merchants, and you are not merchants, so that is not allowed.
What if I said I'm
I
selling?
need to.
We don't have our paperwork.
They can also do a valet service if you leave through a different exit, so you can get your cart whenever.
Nice.
This place is
Alright.
fancy.
I hate
Are
this
you
one.
leaving your skeletons in the fake bottom of the cart?
No, they have IDs.
Do
Yeah, we had temporary IDs for them.
We have
I
temporary
don't
IDs.
remember. I'm not gonna lie. Last session is like really fuzzy for me. This last past week is really fuzzy because hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep each day.
That.
Stop it, both of you.
Free, you'd be proud of me. I got no sleep yesterday.
Oh my god.
And I got sleep. Wasn't meaningful.
I feel that.
I did like a 24-hour day, like Friday, and then my body was like, "Yeah, you only needed like 4 hours of sleep, right?" And then I woke up at like 4 a.m. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Hell yeah, brother.
I got 12 hours of sleep after D&D yesterday.
I've been taking medicine.
No,
and
D&D
it's
tires
made me
you out.
drowsy. Very bad drowsy.
But yeah, I guess I'll leave my fucking cart.
Yeah, what is what are you doing with your friendos, Chris?
They're coming with me.
Very good.
They've
You
got
all
IDs.
Yeah. You all make your way into the city proper. There is still your gilded path, which leads straight through the center of town. It is the busiest route as you pass by. You see an incredible amount of people just milling about. Lots of little market stalls lining the gilded road. Everyone trying to yell at you, either in the common tongue or in their dialect. Just kind of yelling at you like, "Oh, we got things over here. Oh, we got things over here. Don't go to him. Go over here." It's kind of chaotic, but you slowly start to acclimate to it as you begin to pass through. It is definitely a cultural experience for basically everyone here, though.
Do I see any traces of these cannons like we walked around?
Maybe here and there. You can't really discern too much from it because you're not really going out of your way to look.
Can
but,
I get a dog?
hold that thought. But you can discern a variety of thieves' cant here and there. You're not sure what all it's saying or what all it means just because you're glancing, but it does say, or it does insist that there is a thriving thieves community in the area.
Hello, slobber monster.
Interesting.
Hello, slobber monster with the chubby cheek.
Is that Willie?
It's Willie. She's jumped up on my chair and is like crushing me with her massive paws.
Yeah.
Also that.
Hello,
Also-
slobber monster.
Also,
have a-
that reminds me, I'm gonna post my cat in
Come on.
general real quick.
Do it. What were you going to say, Jerry?
I was just gonna say we might need to visit the underground around here at some point, but you know that's not important right now.
Why is she in a bag?
That is.
He went in there himself.
Oh, he.
No, that is a cat in a bag.
Is that Joey?
Yes, it is, Joey.
Well, shit.
My sister's cat.
So,
Slobber monster.
You are in the city, though.
so where do we go to get this
Uh,
stuff finalized?
likely to the castle. Oh, right. There's pictures. I can show pictures.
Pictures.
Has Lance been to
Pictures.
this castle before?
Give me a history check at advantage.
Okay.
Yes,
21.
you have.
Ah!
You have not visited this city in particular beyond the castle, but you have been to the castle. You do note that there is a large tower nearby, which seems to be connected to a bridge. You kind of like pointed out to the group, but you remember that the royal airship had docked there.
There's no young lord who's gonna take Zoe again this time, is there?
Hope not.
Sir.
I'll kick his ass if he does.
Is there Chris?
no,
No,
you-
not that you're aware of.
I will tell
It has
her
been
not
some
to
time
be
since you've
sneaky.
been here.
We should be okay here. I don't remember who's in charge though.
I'll trust you on it then.
Hi, do you want to leave? Oh, what did you? Oh, you brought me a dragon. Are you playing doggos and dragons?
No, it's Dungeons and Doggies.
Oh, hi. Did you kill it? Oh my goodness. I want to buy a dog while I'm here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we-
Mhm.
We're not. No more
Is
pets.
this for me? Is this?
Why?
Uh,
Would Lance really buy a Confederation dog? I mean, like, come on, that dog
Shit,
looks
you're
sus as
right.
fuck. Yeah, there you go.
just a real quick buy a Shih Tzu.
Summer, why don't you just buy a scroll of find familiar?
Because I can take it in a few levels.
Or
What
can
shall
do
you
it
do?
now and get it out
I
of
can
the way?
take it next level. Level. Yeah, I can take it. Next level.
We're headed to the castle.
Very
Yeah, I
well.
guess that's-
Yes.
You approach the castle. It is a large affair, as you can see. The guards greet you, and they essentially ask what your business is.
We came here to get permanent, sort of these, I suppose. And he's like holding up the necklace.
They get one of their souls who can read these contraptions. You do note that this person who seems to like scan you in has some sort of odd little contraption that he uses to do the actual scanning. But after it takes a moment, you hear it like click into place, make some sort of noise, and it seems to confirm various identities.
It's a squeaky toy noise.
Can I do an Arcana check to figure out what spell or what kind of spell that device is doing?
Give me an Arcana check at advantage.
Lance is like hiding in the back so that
27.
He doesn't want people to recognize him, so he hides in the back.
Expertise, my dudes.
I assume you have not your disguises, but your like new clothes on, your street clothes.
Oh yeah. They ain't wearing their uniforms while they're in this damn country.
Yep. And yes, it does seem to be some form of identify. Although they seem to be using just a particular way of doing it to detect these unique magical items that you have.
Okay.
Yes. But they seem to check you all in. They nod, and an attendant comes soon thereafter and leads you into the castle proper. Again, it is a remarkably royal affair that is surprising to your sensibilities, especially for most of these people. Even by Lance's standards, who's used to seeing royalty, this particular place is quite well off. You do see lots of gold fixtures, various candelabras, and other sorts of streamers, large tapestries, largely made of satin and silk. It is quite beautiful, all things considered. Nevertheless, you are led to a small sitting room. You do the simple thing to wait for your audience. Is there anything you want to do while you're waiting? You do note that there is an attendant that stays like near the doorway in the room that you're left in.
When we're just sort of like walking in, could I have been able to tell how many like stories this castle is?
It is about, you would say, 6 stories. Give me a history check, out of curiosity.
History check. I'm garbage at those. Yeah.
You are aware that generally these have similar designs of castles to that back in Ezo. Just from like looking at it, you can see like, it's kind of designed the same way. You generally know that the highest parts of the castle are more like cloisters for the various people who live there, whereas the center parts of the castle are more for the various affairs of the lords who occupy the castle, and the lowest floors are mostly for the business that happens in the castle. Also contains the barracks and such.
If I were to make a not so educated guess, where would I guess the treasury is?
Hard to say.
Probably
You would
like the
imagine,
center.
you would imagine some centralized location. You're not sure which floor. That would be a whole task of looking around for it.
Maybe
Yeah.
basement.
You would also imagine the treasury here is well guarded. Just especially given all the guards that are walking around. All of them seem to be in a variety of full plate that is decorated and gilded with gold and other rare metals. They are very fancy looking.
Mine was nicer.
It's not a fucking dick measuring contest about armor.
No, he just isn't happy being
Why
here.
would you measure that?
It's a man thing.
He generally doesn't look happy being here.
But do you do anything while you wait?
I'm just chilling.
Fair. In due time, you were called for your audience, and you head to the throne room of the castle. It is once again a very opulent space. You're led down a large red carpet that leads to the throne. where sits before you a portly man is the most charitable
does
way to say.
everybody that needs a passport and get to see the king? This is one hell of a country. Hey, you need a passport. Here's the king. Don't assassinate him while you're in there with all your weapons.
I cast
However,
lightning bolt.
You're being really aggressive right now, Summer.
You are, you do see he's at the end of the room, but you are taken to a small little sequestered area with some of the satin curtains which are closed behind you. A person discusses with you, saying essentially, how would he word it though?
I'm just saying, one thunderbolt and we get a coup.
Also,
try it.
wait, isn't this just like a regional capital?
Yes.
Rather. Yeah, so not too bad. I feel like if it was like the person in charge of everything, it'd be a bit more well guarded.
Yes. But he
CR-15 guard.
yeah, that is to be debated. You feel like these guards would be a challenge if you had to take them on. One of them would be a challenge, so there's that. Just sizing
Easy,
them up
we
in
can
general.
take them.
Chris casually putting level 16 guards in the campaign again.
Yeah. Oh, 17.
17. However, he says, very well, it seems that you are listed here as pilgrims. Can I have more information on this pilgrimage that you are going on?
We're looking at the shrines for the vestiges. We're going to them.
Yes, we have encountered several of the souls such as yourself. I believe they are still in the city. Nevertheless, there are certain affairs that you do, correct? You perform some sort of magical rituals, yes?
She prays at them,
Yeah.
yes. What is
Yeah.
this accent again? Ajax, leave.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Ajax, you're being evicted.
Not anymore. Now he's being extorted.
Isn't yeah. But yeah,
I said yes.
He says,
We do. She does some praying.
is it the only praying that is occurring at these sites?
to the best of our knowledge, yes.
Well, there is a strict ban on commoners using magic around the nation. You may not know of this, but I can certainly educate you. He gives you like an overview of various laws against commoners using magic. And it seems to be applying to you guys since you're on a pilgrimage. Basically, don't do any fucking crazy flashy spells or the law will come find you and people will be mad.
So what I'm hearing is I can't lightning bolt in the middle of the city.
This would be inadvisable.
Is
Your
there-
flame check forbidden.
Are there laws against buying using magical items that have spell-like abilities?
For your cases, it would be difficult to find a vendor who will be able to accommodate you. You'll need at least a class 3 license for this.
What if? Okay.
So
Here's the
owning
flip-
magical
flip-
items
flip-
is contraband, technically, yes.
Any items that you bring into your into the country, at least with your current situation, you're seen as adventurers, it is allowed. But please do your best to maintain the law and order of our serene state. Lance, you had something to say.
Oh, just
I think it was
mumbling
an
to
actor.
himself.
What did he
Yeah.
mumble?
So acquisition is illegal, but possession not so much. All right.
It is you will be investigated, of course, by any peoples who are when you are traveling between borders and whatnot, between cities. But just be aware, we do have our customs, after all.
So what I'm getting from this is no magic around the places with people, but just be wary.
Be wary about using your magic, essentially.
All right, so great.
I need to look at a thing on the cloak of displacement.
not technically a spell.
I just need to know. Well, it's basically mirror image, or blur rather.
But he explains various other customs that are traditional for the country. Do you have any questions? Because you're traveling here for some.
Are there any problematic areas that we should sort of stray away from?
Any problems with what?
Any
Problematic
problematic
areas.
areas that we should stray away from?
Country overall is a very safe place. There are dangerous areas to the north and in the wilds, of course. Not everything can be coordinated by militaries. There are some dubious souls who are in the south, but any insurrection that pops up there is quickly brought down by a glorious military here. Largely, this is the most peaceful country in all of the world. You have no difficulty traveling through our humble lands.
I twitch.
I kind of want to ask if there's a reward for like if they're aware of like the G Fang as like a whole. There's like if they are, and you know somebody were to aid in sort of hindering the G Fang, would there be a reward?
Could always ask
Possible.
if you want to ask.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
heard
yeah.
that there's this group called
Yeah.
G-Fang.
Yeah, Regisaur says, I've heard in circles in other countries that there's a roguish group that works around this country called the Xifeng, I believe it is. What about them?
Not know what you mean by roguish group. I do know that they are colonialists that are in the northwest. They are settling territory as far as I'm aware, although it is not in my purview to things.
Ah, so they've
Colonialist group.
taken over courts.
Is that what you say, or is that what you're thinking?
No, that's not Chris' voice. That's
No,
that's freedom.
it's
Can I
the
insight check?
it's the Confederation that's occupying courts, but the G-Fang is like
They're the ones who took.
they were like terroristic group that took the prince.
They're like the road compared to the rest of the world, I guess.
I just want to insight this man. 'Cause I don't know. Something about his words makes me feel uneasy.
Do it.
13.
It seems legit. Like, it seems that he doesn't really know a whole lot about it. Like, he tries to describe, like, answer any questions that you might have about it, but largely he just doesn't seem to know. Like he said, this doesn't seem to be his purview. He doesn't study up on these colonialist groups that you are mentioning.
I think that's the wording that perturbs me. Colonialist group. It's like, don't
always
like
inquire
that
more.
one at all. No, I think I just kind of hate royalty.
You would note
So-
from your insight, though, that this guy does not seem to be a royal.
So what else
Oh.
do we have to do for our IDs?
We will process them, and you should be out of your way within the hour.
Okay. Thank you.
Why she sounds so worried?
Hold on a second, I'll be right back.
Chris almost asked something and was like, "Wait, I shouldn't say that."
What'd you
So
almost
she's-
ask?
I think it was about magical items she already had, but she was worried. She's like, "Oh, sometimes I say things and they get me in trouble, so I'm gonna say as little as possible."
You know what? That's fair, Chief.
There
What?
was that recognition of like, "Oh, wait."
Do you have any other questions to ask of this minder of yours?
I don't think so. Jerry Duffin, so he can't say for sure.
That retroactive. It's fine.
So I guess we hang out.
Yeah,
Or
that is
do
the
we have to
thing.
wait here, or do we have to go in the? Can we go in the town?
They keep you in this little space while they finish. You do see that this man who's in charge of things takes each of the necklaces. He puts it into this weird contraption, which like clings to it with little claws. And as he operates the strange Magitech that's here, it shoots like lasers into it, almost as if it's like a laser engraver. If you've seen one of those.
Can I Arcana check to understand what's happening?
Give me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Oh, shit. 23.
Wow.
It seems to be infusing the crystal somehow. You're not really sure how, but it's definitely like altering probably the magical properties of the crystal itself, so that when they do that little reading, either with those gizmos or with their magic, it sends off a different signal so they know who they're scanning, essentially.
It just makes it more permanent.
Well, it changes like the reading on it, probably.
You do also note, as they finish up with one, it changes from a kind of like pale bluish color to a much more pronounced light bluish color, like an icy blue color.
I thought they were green.
They were
They were jade.
My apologies. Yeah. They changed from a jade color to an icy blue color.
Oh, I hate them. Oh, they're even jacking my color. Ooh, I'm gonna kill all of them. I'm gonna kill everyone in this country. I'm starting with whoever made those goddamn machines.
That being said, if you have no other business, he eventually does this process to each of the necklaces, returns them to you. They are all yours to use and peruse as you choose. Good timing. Do you have anything else you'd like to ask to the duder, Ren?
No, but I did hear my parents yelling, "Beat him with a pipe," and I got really worried.
Oh.
They're watching wrestling, apparently.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They're watching a wrestling pay-per-view with their friends' account, apparently. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, I was super worried. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
But yeah, no, we've got our necklaces now. They're a light blue color instead of.
I can't wait for the lawful evil to come out in this country, dude. What a time.
Lance is gonna casually commit a genocide.
I'm gonna commit a genocide when we get to where we need to be.
Oh wait, do we have to wear these necklaces at all times? By the way, like, is that a?
I think we just have to have them on us.
Good to have them on your person, but be aware that if any officials seek to investigate you, that you will need to have them. Most people tend to wear them or at least have them in their pocket.
I eat mine into my bag.
I thought you said I eat mine, and I was like, oh no!
Real time and patience hours.
I eat them.
I know where people can't find this. Gulp.
He puts it with this. Let's put it with this other necklace.
In his colon.
I hang it around Harold, Sedan, and Samson's necks, but I put mine you know what? I put it in my spell book as like a bookmark.
That is fair. But yeah, you are advised not to lose them. Replacements can be expensive, especially given that you are pilgrims and you are not necessarily given a lot of rights in the country, so keep that in mind. Otherwise,
apparently.
But I have rights like right here.
When you are finished, the guards come and they escort you out. You do see there are several audiences occurring throughout the large chamber in this room. Otherwise, you are escorted to the lower sections of the castle and then toward the front door, unless you have any other business.
Also, Chris sent you something in case you need it.
Yeah, no, I don't have any questions.
You are then done and led out into the city streets now with pilgrim status to your names.
Well, at least we're not illegal now.
It helps, right?
Yeah, and we.
Yeah, but we can't do magic.
I mean, do we really have a reason to be doing magic in the city before?
We don't have to do magic.
I point at Dan, Samson, and Harold.
Well, we don't have to do magic in the public eye.
Okay, you all have to stay in my room, and I point at Dan, Samson, and Harold.
I kind of sulk.
Wait, did you just ground your zombies?
No, well, like if I have to keep them, I have to do animate dead in the morning to keep them alive ish. So I have to be in my rooms, otherwise
Where were
people
they
will be
gonna
like,
be
"No."
otherwise?
You're grounded.
They could have their own rooms.
Are you?
What?
No, she's not spending that money for separate rooms for them. That would be
She
so
would've.
stupid.
She would've.
No,
hate it.
Free. No.
She would've.
I do not allow you to do that.
Whoa. Karista is the dom in that relationship. You don't have a right to tell her what she can and can't do.
She's not the dom.
She's the
I
one who
think
kissed him.
both she and Odd are bottoms.
And they were
Jack
both
Bond
bottoms.
is
Both
No.
Also, Lance constantly looks like he's gonna break something while here.
Are
need
you
to chill out, my
okay?
guy.
I hate this place.
Why, sir?
I just hate it.
Oh.
Well, I
That's
have
right.
a problem with the place in general, instead of, the government. Enjoy the place, hate the practice.
I hate all the practices. Sucks not being able to use magic.
We should find out about those other threads they said came through.
They said they were in the city, did they not?
It sounded
It's
like
true.
it.
It's a big city.
It is a big city.
Have you?
You could see if it's summer or hockey.
Yeah, that's what that's.
Good.
I'd say go ahead. It couldn't hurt to run into them.
Yeah, well, we should explore.
Yeah, do you wish to explore while you wait for a reply sending?
Ow.
Did we use ascending?
Sure.
What?
She can use
No,
sending.
Oh,
so-
yeah. I forgot she had sending stones to both of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess we're just exploring at this point because we don't have anything to do in town necessarily.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for in the city?
Well, probably a place to stay for the
Mhm.
night.
There are taverns out the wazoo. You are spoiled for choice.
We choose the nice, like the third or fourth nicest one.
You head over to the northeast side of town. The prices seem to go down there quite a lot, and you see the market sellers and various stores seem to degrade in quality, but not necessarily in a bad way, just in a cheap way. The houses are more close-knit. You see most of them are more ramshackle looking. You do also note the people walking through this area seem to be lowering their scale of clientele, as it were. They seem to be a little more rough and tumble, which is just a thing that you know. However, you do find a tavern to acquaint yourself with.
How much?
Per night, 3 gold.
Per person?
Per room.
Oh, per
Me and Niall share a room.
Yes.
Well, I'm sharing a room with my undead, so that's 3 for me.
Yeah. Who's Zoe staying with?
She can purchase her own room unless someone insists.
You want to stay with us, Zoe?
I think I'll let you take care of that. They usually only have 2 beds, right?
Yep.
We only use one. We're good.
You can stay in the room with me. I mean, we've got Dan, Harold, and Samson, but they don't really sleep. They can just sit at a table.
It's okay. It's not like it's that expensive. She
With
reaches into
money?
her
It is
into her sack, and you just
She
see
has a
her
lot of money.
give a strange look at it, and then just seem like concerned before removing 3 gold pieces and giving it to the attendant.
What's the issue, lass?
Guess I just miscounted money.
Are you missing some?
I have more than I thought.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Rin's just quiet. Like, yeah, she does. She sure does.
Did you find like a lucky copper or something?
Have few coppers, I guess.
Oh.
Wow, I thought I was cursed with bad luck. I guess we're cursed with good luck. Pardon me. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Never come into play yet, by the way.
One day.
One day.
That being said,
It's happening.
One day when it counts.
you have spaces to stay for the night. The city is free for you to peruse as you choose.
I'm gonna go look for a black market. Yeah, fuck it.
Zoe, come
follow.
shopping with me and Niles.
Okay.
Yay. I get to bond with my two favorite people.
That is the thing. Are
Can-
Odd and
Can I
Chris doing?
come?
Oh shit.
I mean, if you want to come.
Let's go
What?
shopping.
Yay.
Oh, Jerry.
What?
Somebody walked in with us knock.
Wow.
Man.
So I guess we're
Oh.
going shopping.
I assume that Odd is going with you all. However.
I'm going with Ren.
Ah.
I
Oh.
wanted to check it out too.
Okay. Have fun.
The boys venture out. While everyone else ventures out in a large group. For the larger group, where are you guys?
Niles aren't boys.
Where are you guys heading? I want to be
We're
inclusive.
men. We're men.
There's 2 ladies and 2 gentlemen in that group. I'm being all inclusive.
No, it's 3 ladies. Let's be real.
There's also 3 other men who are undead.
They don't
I'll
count.
have
They're
you know.
neutral.
Well,
Wait.
you don't know what 2 of them are, to be fair. They're fucking skeletons.
No, only
Only
one of
one's a
them is a skeleton. Also, I can look at the pelvis and know.
What real? Does Chris know that?
Anatomy.
I would like to make a medicine check.
Mm-hmm.
22.
You can determine. You can also decide which is which. If there's any choice to make.
ladies.
They
Do I
can-
want hair? No, I know 2 of them are dudes.
Make
I don't
Harold
know-
a girl.
Do I want to say I accidentally misgendered my skeleton?
It's really just up to
Harold is
you.
actually Harriet. Harold is actually Harriet. Dude.
Jerry, pick high or low.
Yo, let's go low.
Nope, it's dude.
Fair. But for you ladies and gents, what is the plan while you're out on the town?
Oh, I mean, I just wanted to go like food tasting with them, and then maybe go to like a bookstore, and then kind of just hang out.
Yes.
I want to go to a bookstore.
And then I also wanted to take them to listen for rumors with me.
That is the thing that you can. You venture around to a variety of the food stalls that are here. There's a variety of various river fish that they're selling. There's so many dumplings, more than you can ever eat in your life. There's all kinds of just soups and noodle shops and all you can imagine here. You could get filled up very fast if you wanted to,
I
for
make
very
Niles
cheap.
drink.
You make him drink? Drink what?
Wait, like, hey, Niles, try this, and I just hand him alcohol.
Wait, why do you keep forcing this boy to drink when you don't drink yourself?
Because I think it's hilarious.
He pushes it away, saying, "I'd prefer not to do it in the day, sir."
Zoe!
I mean, I won't say no.
Wait, no, that's not. I like pull Zoe away. No, but it's early.
I mean, you gotta get started early if you're gonna have fun.
No,
Do you want some?
no, Zoe. No, Zoe. Do you know alcohol is bad for your liver?
Only in a lot of quantities, although sometimes I drink a lot.
Yeah. So why don't I push the glass away from Zoe? Why don't we wait? Okay.
She doesn't seem to be like hammering it down or anything, but she does like sip occasionally as you guys walk through the streets.
Chris still doesn't approve. I want to buy food.
Mm-hmm. You all splurge a little bit. It probably costs a gold for everyone by the time you're done getting various snacks and side dishes.
Getting some like to go.
I get chips!
Oh no. I get some like to go little baggies for Odd because he missed out.
That is what you do.
I get
Mhm.
chips!
Wow.
You
You didn't
what?
come with us!
Are you screaming you got chips?
I want to get chipped.
She won't.
Feed the knight the chips. That's the meme now.
Oh my.
Chips are night treats.
You get a variety of fried foods that are similar to chips.
Ah, yes.
Ren to odd, you can throw white people chips. Chips are good though. I got one.
Chips are good though.
I got one.
There's one.
We got it.
The funny part is the original of that meme would also apply to land.
Also,
you can control white people with cheese. Cheese, but cheese is great.
We got one.
That being said, you also do find your way to a bookstore. It is just a simple bookshop. It is very small, and it is just fucking packed with, like, there's only 3 shelves, one on the right wall, one on the left wall, and one in, like, the middle of the shop. And, like, this place is, even though it has, like, 2 aisles, it's a fucking maze of just books, like, sprouting out of the shelves themselves.
Oh. Zoe, you got any other good recommendations?
I mean, there's a few that we could try to find.
Okay.
Do you want to hunt for romance novels?
Yes, I make Niles come with.
Excuse me while I do a thing.
You and your fucking smut.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
You find a few that Zoe knows off the top of the head. They're not terribly risque. I can also try to make titles up at a later date. However, she doesn't give them resounding reviews, but they seem like okay to pass the time, as she describes it.
Okay.
If you choose to take them along for your journeys, is there anything you're looking for, Chris?
I'm looking for, here we go. History books on sites of religious significance in the Confederation, ruins and stuff like that.
Give me also an investigation.
I'll get my map shit ready.
Investigation. 23 again.
Yes. Which would you like to
the
do
other one was 22.
first? Ruins or religious sites?
Religious sites, focusing on things that are like vestiges.
Somebody get some soup really quick.
Okay. You do find one that seems to discuss various religious sites throughout the country. That being said, you do note that it describes many of these places as temples and not shrines. In fact, looking through the various books that you find, you don't see almost any content discussing the vestiges. You might find a few books here and there that seem to like have small passages about them and saying like, one time there was a shrine here. It was really cultural. Wow. But that's pretty much all it says. There's not a whole lot of detail from what you find.
That's fine.
If you would like that book, that one is going for 10 gold. It is very expensive.
Okay. I'm not gonna say I'm buy it yet, but also ones with ruins.
The ones with ruins, you do find quite a number of books on that. There are ruins scattered about.
Also seeing if there's anything with like, this ruin has shit about the vestiges on it.
Again, you don't seem to find any information on the vestiges, at least in the various books that you find. You're going through about 3 different ones that seem to pique your interest. That being said, you do have a variety, or you do learn about a variety of ruins that are all over the place. They seem to be from all different times. And it seems to be that this land is very rich in ruins. So traveling around, you have a high probability of seeing a ruin or 2 wherever you go. That being said, if you would be in favor of this knowledge, each of the books costs about like 4 gold. So if you wanted all of them to maximize your knowledge from these books, that would be about 12. I had to do math. Hard to do math with a headache.
It's fine. Okay, 12, 22. Yeah, I can get those.
Ching.
Wait, let me do math. Okay. I hope that's right. I'm gonna say that's right.
At least for the temples. There is a variety of temples. You do note that there's pretty much a temple in each town. In researching the book in your due time, you do note that it essentially says most towns are structured around some sort of temple. There are a few temples out in the outskirts. They're usually bounded by a monastery of some sort. They're just kind of scattered all about. I'm not going to put Trollo through that right now, but essentially you can be well acquainted with any temple that you come across that you choose to investigate or come to. Similarly, the book on ruins, since there's so many ruins, if you ever come upon a ruin and you have a investigation check or a history check that you need to make, history check, not investigation check, but if you ever have to make a history check, you can take it at advantage and add +5 to your rolls.
Ah, shit. So Book of Religious Temples in Confederation, and then ×3 Books of Ruins in Confederation. And what did you say the effect was?
You can essentially, if you have to do any sort of history check on the location, you can get +5 and take the investigation check at advantage.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. A fruitful book shopping adventure.
I want you all to know I have 8 books on me in my inventory.
Man,
I got one from my from my background. I got like 2 or 3 in Formosa, and then I got these 4.
and I deleted the books that are in my inventory. It's just like, you know what? I'll just say these are in the cart. I'll say I have them.
I mean, I'll say they're in the Formosa ones are in the cart.
That is fair. That being said, do you have any other business at the bookstore or anywhere else that you need to go while going about town?
No.
For Lance as well. If Lance is here. Oh wait, Lance is getting soup. He goes to get some drop soup outside, and he is unattainable for the near future as he is engrossed in his food. For the other lads, you are venturing out to look for the black market, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As such, looking around and following any like simple contacts that you see throughout the city, you seem to learn one thing quite quickly, and that is there is no underground in the city. They operate perfectly legally in the Northeast District.
What? Monkas?
Legal?
Rin just sort of gets there and just like walking around, like, wait, this place is just open?
Do you head to the Northeast District?
Yeah.
Coming up upon the large wall that is bordering the town, you do note that there is a large sprawling market district that seems to be shunted up right against it. You have to pass through like what seems to be shanty area, just lots of mixed buildings that are just kind of held up by their own bravery, essentially. And then you have this winding, sprawling market space with varieties of peoples selling all kinds of things. You immediately see, as if you're crossing some sort of invisible line, the population here gets insanely diverse. There's suddenly like goblins walking through the streets. You see dragonborn moving here and there, lizard folk coming and going. It is a kind of wild atmosphere compared to the nice and clean streets that you're just leaving. You do note that there's a lot of things that are just written in Thieves' Cant here and there, as well as people speaking in Thieves' Cant fairly frequently. Anywhere you go, it's just kind of like on the tip of your ear. This place seems to just be a legal space for roguery and skullduggery.
Rin's just sort of like looking around. It's like, I think I'm in heaven. I didn't expect for there to be anywhere where thieves could just operate openly like this.
There's got to be a twist.
Huh. I mean, there has to be. If the government knows about any of this, then I'm sure they're taking a cut or something of that line.
Unless they're working under the government. Yeah, like that's all I can think of.
Well, trust nobody you meet here. And he just claps him on the shoulder.
I know, I'm keeping my eyes out on everybody. It's just like passive inciting on people, might as well say.
Mm-hmm.
Rin's just a whole lot of eyes watching. I'm looking for... I'm basically looking for an information broker.
In due time, asking a few people here and there. A information broker is recommended upon you.
Yeah, and I just sort of go to meet him, just introduce myself, and I just ask, so I heard you're the person I need to speak to if I'm looking for any sort of information about this country. It's my first time here.
He is a tiefling with wild goat-like horns, and you see that he is dressed in a variety of robes, and you also see some leather armor underneath. He seems a bit feisty with a wild goatee going on, but he nods to you and says, "Very well. There are some things that I'd be able to give for the right price, of course."
Bull horns, cut horns.
Bull horns.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for information on the G-Fang, specifically about what they're doing up in the Northwest.
Yeah. That much is public knowledge. Could be a simple price of 10 gold.
I mean, any special bits, ones that aren't so well known. I've heard a couple of rumors upon my travels. I've journeyed all the way from Mezzo.
Oh, this much I can tell. Your name is Ren, is it not?
Sort of tilts his head to the side. It's like, it is. How do you know?
The Gilded Road runs through every town from the wall to here.
Is he essentially saying that the road works through the Gilded Road or something?
You can do an insight check.
Yeah, Sam.
Do that. Hold on. Where's my
Ren, that was Steve's canned.
Oh, shit.
He is talking directly about the road. Basically everything Chola just said.
Yeah.
Odd you come to the same realization.
Oh, great.
He just sort of responds in Thieves' Cant, like, basically to the tune of, so I assume the road has... I've caught the road's attention.
The road is sure to make sure that everyone traveling upon the road is well kept to. Wouldn't want any trouble happening, especially from foreigners and pilgrims such as you.
Well, you can assure them that I don't seek to cause any trouble in this land. I'm simply passing through, surveying.
You have that up with them. I have no affiliation with them. He has gives a crooked smile. With your insight.
Sure.
He doesn't deal with them all the time. You know, he's an information broker.
A little bit of half-truths.
But Ren's sort of betting that if he lets it be known to this guy, eventually this guy might get it back to the road, because he doesn't seem like the type to keep secrets when coin is involved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, well, might as well be straight up with the guy. But yes, I don't mean to cause trouble, and I'm sure you'll get it back to there sooner or later. They'll put coin in your pocket just as I'm doing. But the Jifang is my current quarry.
And again,
What are they doing up in the Northwest?
well,
I was told they were colonialists, but that's not the tale that I've heard further east.
again, there is always a thing that coin can buy. He just kind of like extends a hand to tap on his little like makeshift desk that he has.
Yeah, I pay the 10 gold.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Then to that he says, what is easy enough to say is recently they took a little trip over the border said they needed a high-risk maneuver to transport goods. This is all that I really know. Nevertheless, they do have their fort that they use up in Severny on the west coast.
I just sort of pull out a map. Like the map that we have is like, could you point that out? You know, a possible particular location?
We try to keep it under wraps to the best of my knowledge. I do believe that they could be near one of the bays. It could be near one of the mountains. And he kind of points in, like, this general area. So, like, somewhere, like, if he like, tries to triangulate it. So he's, like, somewhere in this area, maybe.
Near a bay, near a mountain, in Severny.
Not necessarily near a bay, not necessarily near a mountain, but one of those is possibly true. It's essentially what he tells you.
Interesting.
Oh, shit.
And you also get the hint that, like, he just generally doesn't know. That's probably, like, privileged information for the people who actually are aware of those things.
Since you seem to know who I am, what information about me is there running around?
Know very little. Know that you have some businesses operating thieves guilds out to the east, but they are not profitable.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine that they're not profitable. Thinking emoji.
As the player, just eyes emojis.
yeah. It's just like, simply starts is all. I just sort of looked odd. No, I just say this just got a little bit. I say it infernal. Oh wait, this guy's also a tiefling. Never mind. I just say it's got a little bit trickier than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. God, if you only knew Giant.
Imagine knowing.
Then we
Giant.
actually could be secretive.
Why would I know Giant?
I don't fucking know.
Why do you know
DM,
Giant?
check DMs.
Because it was in the, it was one of the options.
I just sort of say, all right, that's the last personal information I need. I just sort of like look down the map once again. It's like, me and my friends have quite a long journey ahead of us. You know of any places where we can make a quick bit of coin, or any places that could afford us troubles in our travels through the Confederation?
Always many troubles on the road. There's always many troubles at home. There's also many troubles that can find the right person to earn them some coin along the way. There are a few contacts that I can put you in contact with. It depends on what kind of work you're interested in.
No killing.
I think he's a little harder to set up, but nevertheless, there are a few people I imagine could point you in the right direction.
Well, as long as they're further west, I'm sure my group would be happy to make a fair bit of coin, as long as it's... He's just sort of like rocking his head from side to side. He's like, not exactly honest work, but honest enough.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to pay him for that information?
How much?
20 gold.
Fucking Christ. Sure,
rich, it's
contacts are... I'm sorry, Summer?
You're rich, it's fine.
How much gold do you have?
400.
Yeah, I have 409.
You're 20 gold's nothing, bitch.
Zips mouth.
Yeah, this fucker right here, by the way. Yeah, I just say, yeah, sure. Contacts are worth more than gold anyway.
Currently sitting on that.
Oh boy. He does get you in contact with a particular guild that seems to operate in a variety of the cities out here, more on the east side than the west side of the country.
Interesting. Alright, alright. I think that's all the information I need from this lad. What? Somebody just fucking... do you have anything you need from the market? Possibly. I'm sure they have some sort of magic items here. Possibly do with some ammunition.
I mean, what? Do they have places like that here, or is it like that guy at the palace said it's tough to get through?
You'd have to glance around.
I guess we would be glancing around at this point if we're done with him.
Is that what you choose?
Sure.
Yeah.
You wander the streets a little while. You do find a variety of shops here and there. Give me an investigation check. If anyone can aid the other, you can get advantage that way.
I'd rather do separate because I've only got +1.
Not do well. I guess you could do separate. That is fine.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You investigate around the various shops and whatnot. You do see some shops seem to be advertising that they're selling magical items. They seem to be just like little trinkets and baubles and nothing of value to you.
Bah.
Useless. Okay.
Yeah. Then I'm pretty much. Wait. Somebody who can make more of the blinding mixture. We're in a big city.
You wander around a little bit. As you wander the streets here, you come to a slightly more developed area of this strange marketplace. Ramshackle, brick and mortar houses that seem to just rise up out of the ground themselves with no particular order. Their front doors seem to be pointing in completely haphazard directions. The only thing that catches your eye is a very large, extravagant-looking manor sort of building that seems to be closer to the wall at the very northeastmost point of this area. You see that it has a small little gateway that seems to be with a square in front of it that seems to be a meeting point for a lot of people who seem to be just chittering and chattering away. Heading into several of the shops here, you said you were looking for what?
Somebody who can make the blinding mixture, since I'm not proficient in poisoners kits.
Yes. Someone would be willing to do that for you. How did we do that last time? You were making them yourself?
Yeah, I had a couple, and hold on, wait. Yeah, I had a couple, but I need to look back very quickly.
That is fair.
Now I think about how are people doing on healing potions?
I have 2 regular, 1 superior.
Okay, so use.
I have no greater.
Well, you're okay for now. Okay, at least. Free?
Free
Not
do.
there, okay.
Alright. Okay,
I forgot I was muted. I've got a greater, but I barely use them. I also have lots of things that give me temp HP and self heal, so like don't worry about me.
And Jerry's got his ointments. I've got a superior.
That sounds so wrong.
What? Saying you've got your ointment?
Jerry's got his rash cream.
He's got his old man juices.
So the tier 1 of the blinding stuff was just DC 13, end of user's next turn. Tier 2 is an upgraded DC, and tier 3 is another upgraded DC and a longer duration.
He's willing to concoct up to the tier 2 of this blinding powder. For the tier 1 charge, I would say $650 per use, and then for the tier 2, it would be $1,200 per use.
1,200 gold?
Yes.
What the fuck?
No, never mind. Imagine getting charged 1,200 gold for crushed glass and capsaicin.
Good
Glass with
times.
fancy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, 650 for crushed glass and capsaicin is still crazy.
True.
But you know, I'll leave. I'm
Lance
done.
hides capsaicin up his butt.
Oh.
I'm sure he
He
does.
hides it up his butt.
Your ass be burning.
Maybe he likes it.
It
God.
will after
Oh,
Niles
God.
is done.
Jesus. Alright.
Nevertheless, you are in the market area. Do you do anything while you're here?
Nope.
No.
What is the plan then?
Did Zoe get in touch with Aki or Summer?
I was mostly talking about you. What happens on the
Oh.
large scales? Easy enough.
I never got to finish up because I got soup.
Are you guys done doing your business in the Northeast District?
Yes.
Very well. What else did you want to do?
I was also listening out for rumors on my city, my prince,
Yes.
and G-Fang and that. I was listening out for all three.
Give me a perception check.
Can I bring Niles with me, by the way?
Sure.
Okay, can he also make a check or no? Or can I have him assist me?
He cannot assist you unless you really like. You have to role play that out.
Can he make his own check then?
He can certainly try.
Okay. So, am I rolling for him or not?
And
What?
Can.
Okay, I thought you said you can't, and I was like, make up your mind. I did better!
Yes. Listening around, you do hear several small groups here and there traveling through the larger part of the city, discussing various things that seem to be about courts.
I listen.
Listening in more closely. What exactly are you listening for?
Just news on the city, like what's going on there, what happened to like the leaders, as in like the king, queen, princess.
Seems fairly similar to the knowledge that you had heard prior. Things seem to be nice and peaceful there. The city was recently quote unquote colonized. The people of the city seem to put up very little resistance, and things have returned back to a peaceful and serene state in such a beautiful city that is now part of the Confederation.
Man, it ain't gonna be peaceful when I get back there. So who do I gotta kill to start a coup? Who am I doing this with? You wanna start a coup, Jerry? Who are we killing?
Carista's okay with it if she can.
I'll kill him.
Carista's okay with it if she can animate the bodies.
Yeah, I don't care. The traitors scum if they're from my city and helped.
You know, I feel Gareth. I'm just here.
You'd execute your own countrymen? What a lad.
No, I'd execute the traitors from my country.
That's what I just said.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can hear.
That is the majority here without doing anything else.
Do I hear anything about the other things I was listening for, or just nope?
Which other things?
It was like my city, my prince, and also the G-Fang.
No information on the prince and no information on the G-Fang.
Alright. That's it for me.
Yeah. Eventually, Zoe does receive a sending, and says, "It seems that Summer is in town."
Where am I?
Where is she?
Are you? What?
Get it?
No, I don't get it.
Cause she's Summer.
She's
It's Summer.
Oh.
Tome.
We should probably go meet up with them.
Yeah. Oh, also Lance. And then just points out that general area that I drew next to your thing, Summer. We heard we heard from people that G-Fang were seen around this general area as well. Just figured we better let you know.
Odd.
Thank you.
What?
I got you food and I hand him a doggy bag.
Well, thanks. I was starving.
I give him food.
We walked past like 18 street carts with food on them.
It's true.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be a bother.
Who are you bothering?
I didn't want to have to stop.
Are you sure you're not
I
from
wouldn't
Esso?
have.
Wait,
What?
does Ezzo have the mannerisms of Britain?
No, of Japan.
No, that's also Britain, where you're just like constantly apologetic and
Well,
but also like hate everything.
They don't necessarily hate everything, but they don't want to be a bother.
Canada?
Hate to be a bother.
I'm positive I'm not from myself.
They're also
like
less
how-
passive aggressive.
You just didn't comment on the fact that Rin said, I wouldn't have stopped. He's like, fucking see you, kid. See you at the tavern.
Have fun. Kid.
Enjoy your drop soup.
Maybe I will. All right. So are we going to see Summer or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm right
Don't
here.
ever.
Summer gave
Excuse me.
Summer gave directions toward a place that they were staying closer to the center of town. You head in that
But I
direction.
didn't.
I swear to God.
You head in that direction,
I appreciate you, but goddammit.
coming into the building where they were waiting for you in like the little lobby area. Zoe goes and runs to give a hug to her
Listen.
while her companions give handshakes and well wishes to you guys.
All I'm saying is that Chris dated me a year before this campaign started up. He had a year to rethink that name, and he chose not to.
Summer, have
All
you
I will
ever
say-
thought that you should just change your name?
Yeah, well,
I'm trying! I'm trying!
I was just about to come in and say that, Jerry. Same hat.
Fun fact on the online, I'm actually trying. Like, that's not a meme. I'm actually trying.
Okay, but you're
Man.
not trying to change it.
So-
Oh, to not Summer.
Summer, I feel that. I'm trying to get my last name changed.
I'm trying to get this.
Just get
spelling
married,
changed.
forehead.
Mom, I feel that
That
I'm trying
requires
to
somebody
change.
actually being like in love with me free.
No, that just requires
Oh,
someone
I
willing
thought
to
you were
sign a
talking to
marriage license
Summer.
with you.
I thought you were talking to Summer. I was like, wow! Get fucked, Chris!
Listen,
I
Trullo.
said
That just
me, Jerry.
Trullo, that just requires someone willing to sign the marriage certificate who wants the tax benefits. Like, come on.
You know,
You don't need love for marriage.
that's
Look at
that's the-
boomers.
That's the only other person to actually want to.
Stares at my parents.
Anyways,
How about that
I
look
laugh because it's not wrong.
how about that
Anyway,
soup, huh?
you got.
Yeah, it's good soup.
Hold on. Trullo, please roll for the soup that Chris got you.
Oh god, hold on.
Roll for soup. Soup roll. 1d20. Soup roll.
It's good. It's okay, soup.
Pretty good soup. A
Pretty
little above
solid
average
soup.
soup.
What the fuck has happened?
We're trying to stray away from the conversation.
Mine's poisoned.
Very much. Wait, wait.
Oh no. No,
Oh,
yours just has like a toenail in it. Like.
Ugh.
Oh god, ew.
Oh!
Oh no.
What?
At least
is
the
it the
fingernail,
nasty
not the
part of it?
toenail.
Free, that was for my IRL soup. Now I think there's a toenail in my IRL soup.
Okay, well, you shouldn't have rolled for IRL soup.
Let's go find the NPC, Summer.
I mean, you have found her. Zoe's just hugged her.
Oh, let's.
I'll be honest, I got nothing to
How
say.
the travels been?
Been as good as we can be. It's difficult traveling through here, but I suppose you've learned that by now.
It's
They're
terrible.
kind of strict.
It's not that bad.
I am not wearing this holding up the
You don't
necklace.
care. Oh wait, you do cast spells now.
It is easier to wear it. At least they make sure not to harass you about it all the time. You gotta get used to the guards being a little bit invasive.
Oh, I just make sure they wear it, and I point to Dan, Harold, and Samson.
Actually, story of my life.
I coddle Niles.
Guards being up in my grill? Yeah.
How about your journeys? What have you been doing all this time?
Didn't we just see you, like, not too long
We saw
ago?
him,
We
like,
haven't
right
really
after
done
the-
much since then, yeah.
We saw him like right after the Gloom Cave, I think.
No, we saw him, like, when
Yeah.
we picked up Niles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really done much
Which was
since we
right
saw
after the
him.
Gloom Cave.
It's been about
Yeah.
2 weeks. Like they said, they were going to be heading into the Confederation before you guys. Turns out you met them here.
It's been pretty easy. We took a trip back to Ezra for a hot moment.
Just
Need
did
to
a shrine,
put some
like,
affairs in order.
we used to shrine, like, a few days ago.
And so did I,
Oh.
Summer says.
I didn't say that, God!
God.
I swear.
Can we ban Chris? Can we ban your girlfriend?
Yes.
Can we
Okay.
change
chose
another
this one.
NPC's character's name?
No, bitch. No. Not again.
No, call her Autumn, it's fine. It's like the same thing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Summer, how about we call you Autumn?
No, that
How
doesn't
about you
make sense,
call
I
me
think.
dead like the season is because... I'm not gonna finish
Are you okay? Are you
Summer.
okay, Mom? Mom,
I think the
you need-
soup's
you
gotten
need to,
to
like-
her.
Yeah.
There's
It was the
some
toenail.
friends in this
It was-
Something
show.
was in that
Right.
toenail.
Something was in the toenail.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Just a little green. It's fine.
Okay. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Why was the toenail great? Ugh. Foot.
I like how it hit Jerry like 30 seconds after.
Okay.
the gear shifts in his mind. He's like, wait, toenails aren't green.
I was reading a meme. Zelf sent me a meme.
He was like, wait, looked at his own toenails. They're not green.
Lance is like coddling Niles though while
Wait,
they
why
have a
green?
lovely dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is my boy. Probably too distracted by coddling to eat himself.
Oh boy.
Probably has to be reminded by Niles, sir, you need to eat.
He probably does every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Man, we're not really sure what we're gonna do from here. I don't think. A couple of us have personal matters to settle up to the northwest, so I think that might be our next step. Since Zoe doesn't have a pool anywhere, have you guys got one?
I have one. It's out to the west. Sounds like it's gonna be a long way though.
Straight west or northwest? We're going northwest.
Seems straight. Which way are you heading, Zoe? You don't really know. I don't have one yet.
We just now finished. Well, not now, but like a few days ago we finished it.
Was it the one on the Gilded Road?
That'd be the one.
Went there too.
That shrine keeper seem weird to you guys?
He seemed a little off, but generally get that vibe from a lot of people here. It's not exactly like this religion is sanctioned here.
It's true, but I don't know. Everyone seems way too normal. From what I've heard, it just makes me wonder if, well, maybe it's
I'm
just being so
convinced
far
that
from home.
everyone here is brainwashed.
You calm here.
What do you exactly do you mean normal?
I mean, this country isn't having any problems when it seems like every country to the east of here is on the verge of civil war. What's happening here?
I mean, one thing you get out of authoritarianism is unity. The government tells you everything you need to do, well, you do it or you don't.
Which makes me wonder, where's the group of people who don't want to do that?
And the country's so big, it's not like it's easy to leave.
And they
Even if they
definitely
did want
don't
to
seem to
leave.
have a problem with a rogue/terroristic organization working within their borders. The G-Fangs walking around.
I mean, hey, they did something that was a benefit to what they could do, so...
I don't know about much of all that, but I do know that if you wanted to learn much about the Confederation, you should ask Ashna. Her and her groups is actually in town.
Who?
Which one was Ashna?
Tiny girl.
Itty
Oh,
bitty
right.
girl and her friendos.
Forgot about
Itty
them.
bitty
Yeah.
baby.
The kid tries to steal from you, Ren. Oh!
know. Wait. Do you know where they are?
We're on the west side of town. Last we talked to them, we were going to try to meet up with them before they headed out.
Why not now?
Do I go for the double? Do I steal that same kid's coin purse again?
That's on you.
Yeah, but we'll do it later. We're eating. It's impolite. Yeah, we should probably meet up with them. Probably sometime tonight. I don't know how long we're going to stay in the city.
What, but just. When is it polite to steal someone's coin purse, Jerry?
When they ask.
When is that a polite thing to do?
Good sir, I have a coin purse on my hip. Could you manage that for me?
In Rin's eyes, fair game, right? Most times. But it's like you're sitting down and like you're eating with people and like everybody's having a good time. It's rude to like ruin that and just yoink somebody's coin purse. Like, I could steal everyone at this table's coin purse and nobody would notice. But that'd be fucking rude.
Please don't.
Well, now I have to free.
Oh no.
Jesus. Choked on my drink.
I put my coin purse in Harold's ribcage.
You only made it easier.
I put my coin purse.
Passive.
I put my coin purse up Niall's butt.
Does he? I don't remember if he
Coin
does.
purse is right next to the crotch.
His coin purse is in his butt.
Coin purse is in. His coin purse is past the cervix.
Oh God.
You act as though I have a singular issue reaching either of those places.
You can't go past the cervix. Oh God, maybe you can.
I think with the nat 20 he
Yeah,
can.
you can.
Well, that's wasted now.
This is a little concerning.
That is
How'd you- I think what Ren has to do with more in that is getting past all the spiders.
I don't think this is what the porn sites mean when they say
Man,
cervix
are
penetration.
you a licensed doctor? Because I'm pretty sure you let me a colonoscopy.
I just yoink a coin purse out of someone's fucking womb.
Jerry, I think the bigger problem here is you got to get past all those spiders.
Ah, shit. For who?
What?
Yes.
All of them.
I
Everyone's
want you to think about this situation here, Jerry. Who would have spiders there? And why would they be there?
God damn it.
I'm just hearing Gareth.
Yeah.
Lance
has been
remembering that he's an awkward teenager is also gonna coddle Zoe.
She pats you on the back as you wrap your arm around her.
Kinda crying.
What's wrong?
Feelings.
Got a problem here?
Who said that?
Yoshi did.
The guy
Oh,
shot.
I forgot. Why is this buff man speaking to me?
Yeah. This
You
fucking
know-
Chad speaking to me, God.
He's just in a mood.
No, I'm okay.
I didn't realize Lance was a nice guy. God damn.
Is this the moment where I just blur out he's scared to tell his fucking boyfriend that he has a crush on him? It's like,
Also, a reminder of
is this the moment?
Summer's group.
Bet.
God.
I'm sorry, was that a bet?
Shit, I was hoping you didn't hear it.
If bitches, he's too scared to tell his fucking boy toy he has a crush on him.
Summer waits for like the longest silence in our conversation. Bet. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that.
No, people were also talking. I also didn't think my
There
mic
was
would
a
pick
good-
it up because my thing was being fucky.
There was a good silence in between
Yeah.
somebody talking and you saying that, though.
I said it so quietly, though.
Summer looks a little surprised, but Yoshi just kind of like huffs and just drinks into his drink, and Mia says, "I suppose that's the way of young love." Niles is just kind of like
28!
Niles is kind of like politely just like looking between everyone, just like
Chris, if they're supposed to be able to see those tokens, you don't have them on the right layer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Shit.
Also, instead of gasping, Lance says gasp. Yes!
Hold on. I have Niles' face right now in D&D chat.
Or is it more like a...
Okay, have fun.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, Ren just sort of says that and like immediately goes back to like sipping his drink. He's like, fucking true.
Yes! Yes! He looks
So,
flustered and he hides in Zoe.
You're just gonna be straight up about this. Like, I had to talk with one of those two, and he's like pointing between Odd and Chris.
What?
Just punches Ren.
Don't talk about those things. They're private.
Yeah. By the way, you shouldn't be scared of your feelings. If you got feelings for somebody, just go after them.
There is a little discretion involved.
I mean, to a point, but not to the point where, you know, you won't just say, hey, I like you. He's like looking dead at Lance.
Mio kind of nods and says,
Stare at Niles.
Mio kind of nods though and says, but not admitting is sometimes the fun.
I love
Kinda
Mio.
agree.
How old is Mia?
Hard to say. You do denote that she is a half elf though.
Can I make a guess?
Insight check.
Can I, since I was the one who was asking?
Yes. Wow.
23.
You're in sync. Yeah, you get the hunch that she's probably in like maybe her 40s, maybe late 30s. Aging like
Okay,
a
yeah, so
fine
she-
wine though.
So she has the right to say young love.
So she's not much older than Ren.
Not much.
Yeah. And just sort of fucking says, no. Every time I had a crush, it was always just, hey, this. And either it was over or it turned into something else.
Babe,
Never.
not that easy.
What's not easy about it?
I don't want to talk about it at dinner.
It seems most inappropriate, yes.
This is just casually displaying Ren's lack of manners. just fucking speak your mind, asshole.
It just
You know,
seems.
wow.
It just seems really rude to talk to make other people talk about that stuff, because there are people like that at my school that did that, and it made people upset and sad.
Yeah, but as someone who's seen people who didn't talk about it, and because of it they never got the chance to talk about it, I'd rather people talk.
I know
But-
some people who don't talk about it.
You shouldn't shame people for it. That's mean.
I'm not shaming anyone.
But you've made Lance hide. I gesture towards Lance hiding behind Zoe.
I think he's doing that on his own.
Yeah.
No, Lance looks kind of sad.
She's just
I'll
patting
take-
the back of your head.
I'll take blame for a lot of things, but not for shame.
This is why I don't get involved in this business.
He's the wisest one of us all, and he just downs his drink.
Can we talk about something else or go to dinner or something?
We're at dinner.
Yeah, we're at dinner.
It's like a late
Can we
lunch.
eat dinner or something?
No, we should
Oh.
and then check on
It's
what was her name? Ashna.
Yeah.
Dinner.
On a topic that isn't love related, it seems that our group in particular, he's sort of like looking around to the rest of the group, seems to have a couple eyes on us.
Yeah?
What?
The road seems to be getting a sort of catching wind of us, mainly me. I'll take credit for that one, but
That makes sense.
Did you not pay your bribe?
what?
Don't tell me you don't have a contact.
No.
And explains a lot. And it's a lot of rigmarole when you pass through the country. The more people you know, after all, Bribes take care of a lot of things here. You want to have a hefty pocket if you have it.
Who are we supposed to bribe?
That much I can't say. If I told names here, then, well, you might expose them later. He just kind of gives a sly smile.
Well, if I'm going to be honest, I'd rather not pay them anything. I hated dealing with the bigger guilds when we were back in Ezo, and I certainly don't intend to deal with them past a partnership now. Especially not paying some sort of bribe to them.
It's definitely the concern. You go first.
I was gonna say, we don't do anything to impede them, so I don't see why they should stop us or anything.
Mostly don't want to get extorted.
They're
Yeah,
mainly
character,
concerned
I don't
about
believe
my, they're mainly taking note of my, he just like sips another drink, businesses that I've been popping up as we go along.
Did they see my rose garden?
I don't think it's the rose garden in that building that they're concerned about.
It's a very nice garden.
They see, somebody who's sort of butting in. Or at least, I don't know how the road will see it once it gets bigger, but it could be an issue.
Nothing's happening yet, so it's not like they can act on it.
I'm sure they can act on it at any moment they want, but I think they're waiting. Something tells me they didn't get where they were by simply stomping out competition. They probably wanted to, what's the bit people do in businesses? They
Monopolize?
take over. They sort of take it over.
Yeah, monopolize.
Yeah. They
If I was
absorb
a-
it. They liquidize the assets.
Chris?
If I was
Sorry, ask DM a question.
Uh-huh.
But DM's quiet. Okay, hi. Would Lance be aware that, like, the road's good at, like, getting into governments and such like that?
You don't have any particular or any personal experience with it yourself, although it has been a discussion, at least in the courts, castles, and whatnot, among the various nobles there. Just making sure, every once in a while you'll have to do a thing that's kind of strange, and you're just like, okay, I'll do that, and then eventually someone's like, yeah, you don't have to do that anymore, and you're like, why? It's like, that was a test, you passed. So you're aware it's just like a thing that happens, but it always happens in this very like Game of Thrones intrigue, weird like roundabout way to where it's like if someone has the information, they're telling someone else, and if that information gets out, then they know who the leak is. Birds, from what you know,
sure
tends to be
we've
pretty
had
good
to
about
deal
it.
with Yeah, I'm sure like we've had to deal with it though at some point.
Yeah. Like, it's just, it's a thing you're aware of, it's a thing you've been involved in, but you directly don't have a whole lot of experience with it, but you're aware it happens.
I mean, the road's really good at getting involved and getting into government, so...
It's kind of the goal. If they didn't have that power, well, who would they be? Just another thieves guild.
That's what every rogue wants. Power in the government, the freedom to go where they want, move how they want.
Another
freedom
thing
to
I
do as they
don't deal
please.
with.
What, rogues?
Rogues, governments. It's all a mess.
Yikes.
Do you react in a certain way?
Just looks at him for a moment. Continues drinking his drink, just betrays no emotion there. Is like, but inside he's like, yikes.
Just the Kermit sip.
He is able to read you though, and he says, "No offense intended. I mean more of the ones that are gonna get in your way. Assume that's not you." He also gives another sly smile.
I'm specifically in the business of staying out of people's way.
Brother, if anyone was
really-
going to intimidate him, it would be me. She kind of winks across the table.
Yikes.
Ren just sort of like raises his eyes, like, I don't know about that one, miss.
Summer kind of like puts her knuckle against Mia's head and just like pushes her away, and Mia just kind of like shrugs and goes to her drink.
But I'm sure that if things keep going the way they are and I keep expanding the way that I am, then they'll eventually approach me. Probably try to buy me out or take me over.
Just make friends. Again, the more coin you have, the less they'll bother you.
Hopefully
I like
that's
making
the case.
friends.
Friends will keep you alive in my type of world. Either way, let's end the serious matters talk. Let's enjoy the rest of dinner and then go meet up with Ashton's group, yeah?
That is a thing you can do.
Okay.
Plans is sulking.
I'm still intrigued about the prospect of being intimidated by this woman. She does not look intimidating.
I mean, she wasn't necessarily trying to intimidate you.
Yeah, no, I just mean generally. She does not look like someone who can intimidate Ren.
That is fair.
Yeah.
That being said, you continue with your early dinner before doing anything else. What is going to be the plan then?
Ashna.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go meet up with Ashna's group after that.
That is fair. Summer leads the way as Yoshi and Mia stay behind to handle some affairs that they have on their own. So Summer will be traveling with you for a hot minute. That being said, excuse. I lost the thing that I need to do, and it's kind of awkward. Oh my god.
Oh, so wait, did Mia call Yoshi brother?
Yes.
I just sort of blanked out for a moment.
Yeah, I
Yes.
heard that.
Are they related?
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it too. I was like, are they related?
Is he an elf?
He seems to be a
Half-elf?
human.
Oh, they're half.
A half brother.
Okay.
Also, the reason Lance is telling his feelings is because he doesn't know them. God, Jerry.
Or sometimes you're too afraid to even say them.
Well, no, he just doesn't know his feelings. Like, he's not gonna be like, hey, I like you, if he doesn't know that he likes him.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm
But,
just
also-
speaking from Ren's perspective.
I'm also saying it from a similar perspective.
It's just like, man, I want to cry.
That being said, you head over to the west side of town where you do encounter Ashna's group. It is quite small. There only seems to be one companion with her at the moment.
I wanted to stealth.
But they say their hellos as you all greet them. But you can stealth into the building if you choose.
Oh god, what is
Yeah,
that
mainly
hair?
because I just wanted to know if it's the fucking rogue kid.
It is not.
Group.
Also, a lot of 22s.
Yeah.
All 22s.
Yeah. What happened to the rest of your group?
The rest of them, they are scouting for us. Our next goal will hopefully be heading to the south.
Oh, okay. Wait. Isn't it potentially dangerous towards the south?
That's where I am from. Couldn't be too dangerous.
Ooh, how far south?
Hopefully back home.
Which is where?
Ashna here is from Anatolia. Been seeing some strife over the last several decades because of the Confederation.
Hey, isn't that the Elven?
No, that is
Country.
Selena.
Selena? Oh.
Did Niles travel through Anatolia?
Yes.
Ooh, how was it when you were there, Niles?
When I traveled through, quite a desert. Many of the places are, how to say, beyond just arid. It is very empty there. There are nice communities. They helped me as much as they could, as long as I had coin. But it's certainly not a place that I would spend much time in, especially due to the heat.
Ooh.
It can be that way. Definitely takes the right kind of person to be there.
So, heard you guys know a lot about the Confederation.
I know a bit.
Have you guys heard anything that's happened, you know, to the more western, northern part of a little city that has a colony in it.
Maya kind of like looks to you, just like very curious, not sure what you're getting at.
Sports, maybe.
I'm not too familiar with that.
How about a bad group that's apparently a good group called G-Fang? Do you know anything about that?
I heard about them.
Oh, what did you hear?
For a while, they came down to where I lived. Not very nice people. They like to move people around, make sure that families don't really stay together. My family didn't get hit, but we had a lot of our own problems to deal with.
I hate them.
Not very nice.
They're meanies. Well, this has been a lovely conversation. Anybody at all have any more input?
I don't.
That's all we really wanted to ask them about. We didn't really. Yeah.
I got nothing.
Okay to not have anything. If anyone else has any questions for them.
No. Just chilling.
They spend some time with you, as they do. You do note that Ashna seems to be fidgety in her time, and Maya seems quite stoic in her way. But Ashna, Summer, and Zoe all seem to take some time to relax amongst each other and get along. They insist that the lads do not join them in their little like huddle. Because it's a no boys allowed zone.
Wow, what are we?
What?
In like elementary school?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Isn't Ashna like 10?
She's 13.
She should be middle school.
No boys, but I'm kind of like no. Okay.
Best to not say that.
It's just their way. It's something you become accustomed to as you're a woman.
It's okay. I have my nails. Hugs.
Yes, sir.
Not sir.
Yes, Lance.
I bop him on the head.
Ah.
Not hard. Just like no.
Just like a knock.
But you all have a moment of respite with your fellow travelers along the way. Otherwise, the day is free for you.
Well.
Where was it at night?
Yeah, it's night right now.
It's getting late. Getting to the evening hours.
I don't got shit.
I just sort of like emerge after like an hour. Just like we should probably get some rest.
God. You scared me.
Just casually just been chilling out stealth for like an hour writing.
Just waiting for that one kid so you could yoink him.
Yeah, actually, yes. Actually, patient.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Yeah. You head back to your inn.
Go bed.
That is a thing you can do.
That's cool, except for our group.
Yes. You have a last chance to head through the town, seeing the sights and sounds. Do you do anything, or are we just heading to bed?
Scale 1 to 10, how bad would it be if I pickpocket people?
It's on you.
You do note that there are quite a lot of guards, and the place seems to be quite well lit, surprisingly, despite the fading light.
Oh yeah, so I looked something up, Chris, by the way. I can't turn off the cloak of displacement.
Mm-hmm.
So this entire time, there's just been like, sort of like, flickering friends like a.
Maui.
I just realized that in a town where you're not supposed to use magic, or like a country where you're not supposed to use magic, it's just like, is this allowed?
We will review at a different time.
Oh, okay.
That makes you all head back to your inn. You get settled down. Do you have anything to do with the rest of your evening while you are getting settled down?
Cuddle my boy.
You do indeed cuddle your boy.
My boy.
Just my usual nighttime routines on the roof.
Zoe takes a moment to investigate her ephemeris out in the busy city streets. But she comes inconclusive. She is not sure, as she says, whether it's because of all the city lights or it's because there is no destination at the moment.
Goddamn light pollution.
Alright then.
Oh my god.
Yeah?
Do me a favor, look at Twitter, or not Twitter, General really quick. So that's what Lil Nas wore to the AMAs, and then this is what he tweeted afterwards.
Unsurprised.
Please stop saying I look like a JoJo character.
Just waiting for him to do the weird tongue thing.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I got nothing.
I love Lil Nas, he's such a meme.
That's him.
Oh yes, so no one has anything else to do?
Nah, then go.
Okay, everyone give me a D100.
Oh boy.
Oh. 98!
Oh shit!
Oh god, we all rolled above 50!
Interesting. Yes. As the evening light fades, Ren hops onto the roof. At some point, Zoe does her check of the ephemeris. However,
do I need to roll for Harold, Dan, and Samson?
you do not.
God.
However,
are you sure?
I am positive.
He got 69!
Congrats.
That's
If
Dan.
only mattered.
That's Dan.
If it
Wait,
only
the
mattered.
check is mail here, by the way?
Did not.
Not yet.
Okay, I just need to know when the ping happens.
Mhm.
When you get the letter for Kenju.
However, Chris, there is a knock at your door.
Oh, I have Samson open the door.
You hear a startled voice at the door.
Come in.
The door opens a little wider, and you do see Maya walk in.
Oh, hi.
You happen to see Ashna? Did she follow you?
No.
She's missing then. I need your help.
Oh, sure. Where did you last see her?
Do you want to gather the rest of the group, or do you want to ask Maya on your own?
I'm just asking Maya right now.
That's fair.
My own.
Last that I saw, we were tending to our beds. We were going to stay some time. I went to take a bath, and then she was gone. She'd been acting strange all day. I don't know why.
Are you staying in this tavern too?
We were back where you met us earlier. I thought she might have followed you. Summer was staying in this area, was she not?
Oh, maybe. Let's see if we can. Let's ask Zoe, and then we can find Summer and ask Summer.
You head over to Zoe's room. And once she lets you in, hearing the same sort of situation, she reports that she didn't see Ashna at any point.
Do you know where Summer is?
Right here.
I think she
It's a
was in
different
the.
Summer.
I think she was in the tavern, not too far away from here.
Okay. Let's go and ask her. Go and ask.
Yep. You don't alert anyone else?
No, I'm taking Harold with me though. I'm leaving the other two.
Understood. You venture over to the tavern where you met up with Summer earlier. The people who are in charge of the inn eventually direct you to the right rooms, and you go to visit them.
Honey, have you seen Ashna?
Ashna, we met with her earlier.
But since then, did she
Not
come
since
here?
then.
Okay. What? How was she acting, Maya? Earlier, you said she was acting weird.
Quite strange. Obviously, not all our group is here. Didn't expect anything untoward, but she seemed strange whenever she was entering the city.
Did you enter the city with your whole group?
It has been some time that we've been here.
Okay. Well, let me get everyone else. They can probably help find her. Okay. Just give me 1 second. All right, run back. Look at my spells. Hold on. I go to Odd first.
What's going on?
Hi, Maya came to me and said that she can't find Ashna. Oh no, she's dead. Look at her. I found her. She's dead. She said she can't find Ashna. We asked Zoe and we asked Summer and her group if they saw her and they didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see a shit.
Yeah, the Summer didn't see shit, and yeah, so we don't know where she is.
Let me try this, and he just starts casting sending to Ashna.
What do you
That's a
send?
good idea.
He says,
Yo, girl, where you at?
"Where are you at? Maya's
baby.
worried.
Hey, baby!
Maya and everyone are kind of worried, considering you disappeared."
So firstly, give me a but what?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, give me a dex
Yes.
save for your sending.
Yeet!
Give me a strength save for your sending real quick.
Yeet!
Very good, eats.
Give me a wisdom save at
Disadvantage? Oh, jeez. 16.
You know, I had hoped that your dex and strength saves were like nat 20s, and then the other one, the real one you rolled was a nat 1.
That would have been so shitty.
And summarize what you were saying to Ashna again.
Where are you at? Maya and everyone is worried.
Understood. As you send the sending, it's kind of like a static shock, but you feel it in your mind. It just kind of like buzzes into you real quick.
Owie.
Okay.
Like it's not too painful, but you're just like, oh, ouchie.
Yeah, it's like it knocks him around. It messes with him for a little bit.
It's just that sort of thing where it's just
Get it.
like it's literally like a static shock, like you accidentally, ow.
Yeah, it's like you rub your feet on the carpet and then you touch a light switch. You're like, ow.
Dude,
What does
in my office, it's really dry because they have the heat going, and every time I touch the door to leave, it shocks me, and I'm fucking pissed.
does it
However,
feel
you do
like?
take note of the feeling. It's not like a bad feeling. It doesn't do anything strange, but you do take note of it.
What does the sending go through?
It seems to.
No answers?
Not immediately. Do you do anything else while the group is assembled?
I will say that never happened before.
I haven't woken up yet.
I mean, you're probably not retired yet. Like, it's not that late. It's probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
What happened?
Ashna disappeared apparently, and I tried sending her and did not feel right.
Uh-oh.
You should probably find her then.
Yeah. And at this point, does anything come through?
Yes, it does. And you get a response in her voice, and she says, "I had to take care of business. I hope I won't be long. You can find me in the market." And that's all she says. You do note that her voice is kind of like she's hiding something with your passive insight.
She says the market and says nothing's wrong, but even through ascending, I can tell that's not 100% true.
What should she be doing? This is
Which
so
market?
foolish.
She didn't say which market, she just said a marketplace.
To the market!
This place
Let's
is full
check
of
the one with
markets. We would be wandering about it all night.
Oh.
We each take a different market?
I can send Dan and Harold to one, or Dan and Samson to one and Harold to the other.
What's going on?
Would any of them actually still be doing things at night?
This place stays open quite a long time. That much we've seen while we've been staying here.
Listen, do you want to split up to the different markets or not?
Here, Ren, do you still have your sending stones? Like multiples?
Yep. I got an extra set here.
Spread them out between everybody, and
You'll need an extra set.
I have one set.
God. Alright, well,
I have the sending spell, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, Zoe has one to Summer. I can give one to someone else.
give
And
one
then
to Mom.
Odd and Chris both have sending.
Give one to Mom.
Summer also nods that she has the sending spell.
I'm the only one that doesn't!
And I thought someone
Yoshi,
sending
Mio,
stone.
and Maya all raise their hands saying they can't use the
Oh,
spell.
Yeah, I
Okay,
say give one to Maya.
Well, I thought they were just gonna go with Summer or something.
Well, you can go with like Carista or
No, me and
Summer
Niles,
or-
we
We
go!
Odd.
We should split up in pairs. Who can keep up with me?
Me and Niles got it!
Mio will take point on you.
All right, and I toss Lance a sending stone.
Gimme.
I can take Dan, Harold, and Samson.
Me
I
and
guess
Summer
I'm-
can go together.
You two need an adult.
I guess I'm going with Yoshi.
Okay, Harold,
Uh,
Harold, I need you to take care of these young
Can-
ladies, and
can
I
Maya-
have him follow Zoe and Summer.
Can Maya go with Zoe and Summer? Just because she doesn't have a partner
Oh, yeah,
left and I
that's
want them
right.
to have an adult.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then I take Harold. Fine.
Smart move.
Can we do that, Chris?
Yes. So that would be a group of Yoshi, Maya, Summer, and Zoe.
No, Yoshi
Yoshi and Odd.
Yoshi and Odd, Mio and Ren, me and Niles, Carissa and her zombies, and then it's Summer, Zoe, Maya.
Yeah, so that way Summer and Zoe
we
have
have
protection.
I
Five
want
groups?
Zoe and Summer to
6
have an
groups?
adult. Yeah,
That
we
is
have
fair.
5
Very
groups, different
well.
markets. We go.
That is the thing that you can do. You all set out in your various directions. Give me a investigation check or perception check, depending on what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do?
I want to look around for her, like, through the crowd, so perception probably.
Yeah, I also know that she has a fairly darker complexion than most people here, so typically looking for like short stature, the long dark hair,
Yeah, same.
the more darker looking skin.
So it sounds
Somebody-
like most people are doing perception checks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah!
and I will guidance myself on this.
You do so, Ren.
Can I
Yes.
roll for
Perception.
Niles?
You may roll
so-
for Niles.
Yes.
4,
So
15.
I assume that, like, Chris tells her undead to, like, point
Cool.
out all the small girlos, and then
Mhm.
they just point out random children, and she's just like, no, not them.
Girlos. That being said,
What?
I'm sort of like moving through and I'm asking people like if they've seen a small girl that like sort of resembles Ashna's complexion, like moving around the markets, and if they saw her, which way did she go?
there is also, give me an investigation check for that one. There's also 5 different markets that you guys could investigate.
There are 5 groups. Wow.
Yes. Which ones do you investigate with?
I
Wait.
say Ren and Mio go to the northern area.
The thieves one?
Yeah.
I go to the food one that we were at.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Magic-y District.
I don't know what other district there are, but
I don't know either. That's why I said magic-y, I guess. I don't know.
The other one.
The other one, yes.
Just assume that we're all split up between them.
Yeah, just assume that each of us took a different of the 5 markets.
Yes. Ren, what exactly were you doing?
I was just sort of like moving quickly through the crowds and saying, just pardon me, have you seen a girl about yay height with like a darker complexion? And he's just sort of like giving a quick description of Asuna, and like if anyone gives like any vague like yes, it's like which way did she go?
Someone eventually does give a vague yes, and they denote the Northeast District.
Ah, yes, where you were going.
9 hills, why did it have to be that one? Okay. At that point, I assume they've just been like running along the ground at this point.
Just hustling through the streets.
At that point, he just sort of like looks at me and says, "This is gonna take too long." And does she look like she's been able to keep up with me fairly well like this entire time?
Not even sweating.
I'm just like, all right, this is gonna take too long. Need to move quicker. And he's gonna activate his ring of jumping, and he's just gonna like clamber to the rooftops as quickly as possible and just start sprinting.
She keeps a bead on you from the roads.
I was tempted to just like grab her and jump, but it's like,
I don't think you could do that. She may be a slender woman, but I don't think you can carry her.
That would be an athletics check. Good luck doing that, and don't drop her.
Athletics check, you say? Not today.
It's probably one of the best.
In an alternate universe, it did not go well.
But yeah, you hustle over in that direction. You do note that once you get to the kind of ramshackle market district to the northeast, it is not really a thing to where you can walk on roofs because there's not enough roofs to hop and walk on.
It was mainly just like so he'd be able to like avoid moving through like a crowd of people. It's like this is him actually moving.
Also, give me a stealth check.
Fucking sure. Fucking sure!
As you're booking it along the area in your typical rogue fashion, one thing you do note is every once in a while on some of the roofs where there is a slightly more flat gable, you do note that there are some guards on the roofs. You hadn't noticed them before, but now you do. They don't notice you.
They don't notice me.
But you notice them, and it's just like, oh, they're here.
Interesting. Interessante, as a wise man once said to me.
But you hustle your way over to the Northeast District.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just I just sort of like drop to the ground once we're there, and I'm just like moving around looking for Ashna.
Yeah.
It's like I ask people if they've seen like her, and same bit.
Mio catches up with you in a few minutes, and you start interrogating people. You make your way through the market a little bit, and with your previous investigation, you do hear someone who seems to have recognized her.
Where?
Saw someone by that description moving in a carriage. I think they're heading to the manor to the north.
The big one that I saw earlier, Chris?
That's the one he seems to describe.
Oh boy. I'm just gonna say into the setting stone to Lance. It's like, so we've apparently found people who've seen her. She's in a carriage heading to the manor on the northeast end of town. Shouldn't be able to miss it once you're in the Thieves District.
You receive all that.
I'm on my way!
You also hear Thieves District, Lance.
Man, I'm on my way. I'm not happy, but I'm on my way.
Yeah, and then I'm just moving towards the manor with Mia.
I pick Niles up and I run.
Ah!
Put him over my shoulder. We're going!
Were you gonna say something, Free?
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Ran and Mia, you are the first to arrive in the large square that you found yourself in, with the overpriced poison cellar nearby. However, you do see that there is indeed the large manor. You also do see a carriage matching the description that you were served earlier, over in that direction.
Does it look to be like completely like empty, or?
It seems to be parked in like behind the gates. You're still quite a ways out, but that's where it seems to be at the moment.
Looking at the gates, are there guards?
There are a few people that are hanging around. About 4 of them.
Interesting.
Seem like private security sort of thing, like just some dudes who were hired.
I'm just sort of gonna ask somebody just walking around. And it's like, oi, what's to do with that manor behind the gates?
That's the master of manor, Selang.
What's his bit?
Is that a bell for land?
You haven't heard yet, so check in a minute.
Oh, I thought I was with them.
Not
Okay.
yet, not yet.
Oh yeah, not yet.
It's just him and Mio.
Yeah, everyone's like converging slowly.
Also in D&D chat real quick.
That's a good name.
Oh, what?
But the guy nods and the guy shrugs and says, "What isn't he into? Real estate, property development, you name it. He's probably involved in a little bit of everything."
Airships.
Airships?
Airships.
The what?
The what?
What?
I love that meme. It has so many
Alright.
applications.
What?
You said the carriage was behind you.
To be parked in the drive. Oh, this is the worst cover I've ever heard.
God.
I tried to keep a straight fucking face. I just couldn't. I just saw a pill away from this guy, and I just asked me, "How much trouble do you think I could be in if I break into that manor?"
Didn't know anything about it. That was not
I
her
look
voice,
back
but that's
towards
fine.
the gate and the fence. How tall is the fence?
The fence is about 10 feet tall. The brick gate is probably a little taller. Like,
That feeling when you can say, not even memeing, easy hops. Oh, do I wait for the group or do
Please
I immediately
wait.
do it? Yeah, I'm waiting for the group. I'll be a team player for once in my godforsaken life.
that is a thing.
Alright.
Eventually, the rest of the groups converge on this location. You're not sneaking yet.
God damn it.
However, the rest of the groups. Summer, I'm about to meet you.
Stop.
The rest of the groups converge on the location and meet up together. Anyone who is not familiar with the Thieves District, which is basically everyone, now knows that there's basically a legal Thieves District that just exists here.
The what?
Yeah, I love this place. But that's not the point. She's there.
Where's there?
She's pointing towards the giant manor.
Whose house is that? What?
I already forget his name. You're gonna need to
Boop.
write his name
I'll write
down,
it.
Chris.
Boop.
Oh, it's
Selang?
indeed Selang.
Do I know
Selang.
this man's name?
Give me a history check.
Ooh.
He's not a noble that you can think of. Definitely doesn't strike you as an honorable sort that you would have within your court, is as much as you know.
I don't know.
I didn't even
don't
see
know
a
this.
roll. What the fuck?
It's a 7.
A solid
Alright,
7.
well, I need to refresh my game, I guess.
So you changed your blue.
Yes, I did.
Ren doesn't strike me as a very blue person.
Yeah, actually is.
I see more of like a dark green or a red.
He's more of like a midnight blue.
However,
Did we try knocking?
I mean, I haven't, but knocking also isn't my way. Do you want to go up there and make yourself known, or?
And this area.
Fine. I'll do it.
I mean, if you need some backup for your backup, I'm willing to be backup.
What's the worst that could happen by going up there and trying to enter?
You go ahead and knock. I'm going to stay out of sight just because, well, best they not know multiple people are there.
I like how the rogue is the one having to make the front door entrance here.
Oh no, I'll go with you if you want to go up to the front door. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that could happen here?
Yeah.
I guess me and Lance approach.
Yes. You come to the area. You do see the lads who are in front of it, who are just like sipping on some tea and or eating a little bit of snacks that they have while they're on their guard duty. All come to various states of attention. And yeah, they don't like draw their weapons on you, but they're giving a little bravado as you approach to be just like, yeah, we're the guards on duty. What's up?
Lance is like, yeah, I know what it's like, guys. Trust me.
It's pretty much what you do back when you're at home, Lance, except much like less kempt. That being said, one of them say, all right, what's up with it?
Out of character, do we just be straight up here and like
yeah, like, hey, our friends in there. Like, yeah, what up? I mean, we could just do that.
Just like
yeah, it's like we came to see about one of our cohorts, small girl.
Oh, small girl. Yeah, we saw her. What about her?
We're some of her traveling companions.
Good for you. What about it?
Man, I hate this guy out of character. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Well, we've sort of been tasked with staying by her, and, well, when you stay by someone, you have to be, near them, of course. We're somewhat to the same with her as you are to the lord of this manor.
Well, if she has business with Master Selang, then I suppose that she's with her right now.
Well, maybe we enter to accompany our cohort?
You certainly don't have a vagina or breast, do you, Nat?
You what?
No, but there's a pussy right in front of me.
So it's a woman's only club. I see.
Yeah. Ren's just like... Ren's immediately just like, ooh, I could clap back at this man, but that's not gonna get me anywhere.
I mean, I'm gay. Does that
You're gonna be
count?
like, but I could get more than you, weren't you?
I'm sorry, the master's not really into that, Chief.
What? I'm very lost. What's
He's
happening?
not gay. He doesn't want your dick.
No. Just I wanna. Hi, I'm worried about her friend. She's greatly underage.
One of the other guards comes up to you, trying to
Maya just go up there,
clearly de-escalating the situation, and just kind of pats whoever's nearest. Who do you think is nearest to this guy who's coming up?
Probably Ren.
Fair enough. He pats you.
I was gonna say, if he touches Lance, he's gonna get one hell of a look.
He pats you on the shoulder and he's like, listen, if your friend, whoever she is, she has business with the master, then I'm sure her business will either be done by the evening or, well, he's choosing his bride tonight. Well, she's certainly a lucky girl.
Ren just looks at him for a moment, just blankly.
What?
And then just sort of does the cliche smile. It's like, of course, I'm sure that whatever her business is, it'll be resolved soon enough and she'll be back with us. Let's make our leave.
I stare at these men like,
what?
Yo, watch yourselves.
Yeah, Ren just sort of turns Lance around, just sort of bends him down to where you can whisper to him. He's like, no, you don't really like the idea of me sneaking into places or breaking in. But I'm breaking into that fucking
Oh yeah,
bar.
no, everything's free game in this country. Fuck everything here.
Everything?
Well.
Literally Lance right now.
Well,
Well.
I'm dying.
When we get into Quartz territory, I know it's technically this country right now, not there.
No. Quartz is different. They're a friendly state. They're your home. I would never think of defiling that place with some of the acts I'm going to commit to this place. Like, I'm going to steal everything that the Lord of that manor has if I get the chance after we get Ashna out.
Yeah, okay, fuck everyone here, man.
Alright, yeah. And like we just go back to the group. It's like, alright, so bit of a change of plans. Who's stealthy?
Wait.
Well, you know that I'm good.
If I get a backpat, I'm okay.
No, that's not really true. You do get that plate mail.
I mean, yeah, that's why if I get a backpat.
That makes you neutral.
Yeah, that makes me okay. Niles is good. I raised Niles' hand.
I don't know about all that, but I can try.
Kid, how you feel about breaking into a private property?
Why do you want to break in?
Because they're keeping Ashna.
Because they might be doing some sort of bride picking, and they refuse to let anyone who's not a female in. And
what if
Mio? Why don't you go in?
Went in?
Mio, Chris.
I don't even know the situation. You do?
Yeah. Send the girls in.
This sounds like a terrible idea.
As was once said to Mavis. Looks like you're taking one for the team.
It's probably not a good idea, but if you're gonna sneak in there, then there'll be other people on the inside that can help if something goes wrong.
Wait, somebody dressed me up like a girl?
That's not gonna track, kid.
I mean, it might. Dresses.
We'll never know if we don't try something.
Actually, you won't fit me, but Niles might. My dresses.
How about this?
I push Niles at Chris.
I don't know anything about that, sir.
Pull him back.
Niles, gotta take one for the team.
We Jesus Christ.
I can't believe you want Niles to cross-dress.
We could send a couple of the ladies in at the same time as maybe Odd and I are sneaking in. And that way, in case something, like you said, in case something does happen, we have multiple people on the inside who can sort of...
Okay, but Harold's going with you. Harold, listen to them.
No.
But he can sneak.
He'll slow me down.
Okay, but...
He's as fast as Odd.
Do I really have to waste my other spell slot to long strider Odd? Just so that won't be true anymore?
If you want to.
Chris, where's the extra dress?
Yeah. I assume I have clothes and I have a dress.
Mm-hmm.
A less fancy dress than Chris has right now.
Niles is just like, I don't think that's acceptable for me.
It's fine.
No, it's usually a shorter dress, but it'll look long on you, because I think he's a little shorter, right?
Yeah.
He's like 5'7".
Yeah, he's shorter than Karist.
Man, imagine if I...
Wait, no, 5'7"? Wait, no, that's the same height as us.
No, you're 5'11".
Oh,
you're
yeah,
all
that's right,
5'11".
Yeah, we're all 5'11", that's right.
Except for me.
It's real dumb.
Maya and Mio kind of like nod to each other though, and they say, if we must work together, then I suppose it's for a good cause. It gets tossed in the back, I don't mind.
I pull Niles aside and dress him.
I also help dress him.
Niles is rejecting this very categorically.
Right. If he does not consent, then we do not dress him.
I also have to ask this, Chris. How would you suppose that that one of your things is going to get over the wall?
Well, he can climb.
Or you could just throw him.
If I'm honest, Chris.
He's very light.
I feel like bones being throws are gonna clatter.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't think a skeleton should honestly really be following, at least me and Ren.
Okay. Well,
I mean, the current situation as it looks, Maya and Mia are willing to try their luck since they are the ladies.
What? And fuck you, Chris is also a lady.
Does Chris actually want to come with?
She's willing to help
Can
Asha.
I give a persuasion check to try to convince Niles to put on the
Why
dress and go
are
with
you
them?
so caught up on
Shit.
this?
Because I
God,
want there to be
rejecting right
somebody
now.
else with them to help. Shit, okay.
Because he wants to see Niles. Because Summer wants to commission the art of Niles in a dress.
That too.
I sort of look to Miami and I say, "Do you want to perhaps take this?" And I sort of like gesture to the back, holding. I'm sure they'll think less of you if you're carrying any sort of weapons or anything.
Sure. Could help, but what if they confiscated?
I put my dagger in the
What
bag of
all is
holding.
in my bag of holding?
You could be good at hiding. Oh wait, no, bag of holding is like a satchel. Never mind.
What all is in my bag of holding?
I mean, it could be a purse.
It looks pretty
alcohol.
ratty though, gonna be honest.
Oh no.
I've kept it in decent enough condition. Fuck
It's
you.
indeed, but you know, it's travel worn. It's seen days.
Healing potion, sake, thieves' tools, ointment, sending stone, ID necklace. All right.
That you want to keep on you.
Do I though?
Yeah, it's expensive to get that replaced.
Oh, I forgot. I still have 25 golden gems.
All right,
Random.
Same.
actually, you know what? Give me your weapons, and if we do get into a fight, I can simply ferry them to you. That way, well, I'm not going to be caught that easily.
I already
And
put
they're
my
not
dagger
going
in
to
the bag of
confiscate
holding.
anything from me. I wish you both the best of luck in this endeavor, and I'm going to inspire Mia.
What about me?
There's 3 of them. What do you mean both?
Oh, I forgot Carissa was going.
Yeah.
I forgot Carissa's a girl. Fuck you.
Also, fact, I wish all 3 of you the best of luck in this endeavor.
Are you all 3 going to head out?
Yeah.
Niles, it's okay that you didn't want to go, but I bet you would have looked great in the dress.
I don't know about that, sir.
I bet you would have looked great.
The ladies head over there, including you, Chris. As you guys approach, you do see the same sort of thing where the guards take notice of you as you're approaching, although you do, in your case, see them, like, slicking back their hair, frilling up their collars. And as you guys are finishing your approach, they say, "All right there, loves. What's about you? What brings you here tonight?"
Chris isn't the talker.
Yeah, no.
Mia, please.
Mio,
Yo,
please.
Maya,
We-
please.
We're summoned here.
Really? Summoned by who? Master, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Got your invitation then?
Oh, you know, I think it got left in the it got mixed up in the post, but we were definitely told we were going to receive them, but they just didn't arrive.
As if he sends them through post. Get out of here, little girl. What about you two? I have to take my at the inn. I'm sure you did, love. But for me, I don't believe I ever got one, but I suppose you'd make an exception sometimes, right? Mia's doing a check, don't mind her.
Oh,
Add a D6 if she wants it.
Wait, what? The D6 from what?
Because she
Inspiration.
Give me the D6 for me.
Bup. Fucking bup. That's a 5, not a 6. There we go.
That's
still
still
That's a
5.
5, yeah.
They kind of like look her up and down. Chris, you do note, although it is kind of a foreign concept to you, because of the way that She dresses. She has like a typical Japanese robe sort of thing going on, but she tends to wear it like over the shoulder. But she kind of like lets it slip down a little. And you're just like, man, that seems kind of inconvenient. That's not how you should wear clothes. But you do see the guys kind of like their eyes go a little wider. And one of them in front says, "All right, love, you can come in. Rest of you, get on out of here. We don't need any flies around."
You'll be in trouble when we're not there.
I'm sure we will, lassie. Mio just kind of like, she walks up to them, like, putting hands on their shoulder and giving them, like, gentle rubs. She also, like, looks back to you and, gives you both a stern nod. Otherwise...
Ren have been sneaking off to find a place in. Or,
Wait, I want to come
If one of them smiles at Mio, I cast Prestidigitation to make it look like a piece of spinach is in his mouth. on his tooth.
You do so.
Chris feels vindicated.
However, the gates open and Mio is led inside. For Ren and Odd, you guys are trying to sneak around.
Wait,
however,
are we taking Niles?
Are you taking Niles? He's pretty good.
He's not. He says he's not a sneaky boy, but he can try.
He's okay. He has a 20 in Dex.
What's his stat in stealth?
He has a +5 to stealth. He doesn't have proficiency, but
he has a 20 in Dex.
Yeah.
Is Niles going? Yes or no?
I could give him the blessing, I guess.
I'm sure you'll handle this just fine. I mean, come on, you've got us to sort of guide you.
Niles said, "Keep him in check, Niles."
Yeah, I'll give him the blessing of the trickster. I guess he can come along.
Very well, sir.
I'll put a pass.
Not sir.
As well.
Excellent. He has blessing of the trickster on him. You guys head in that direction. One of the difficult things in approaching this thing, though, is you guys are seen quite early. Even if you're trying to be stealthy, the streets are well lit here because of the large lamp lights that are in the area, especially leading toward this manor. Secondly, the walls on the front are about 15 feet tall, not counting the gateway. The walls on the side of this location kind of are higher and blend up into the big city wall. Climbing those walls, even if you could get around them, which there doesn't seem to be any sort of alleyway in that direction, would seem difficult. Furthermore, in approaching, you do note that the guys like give signals that they are keeping an eye on you because Onid Ren, they do recognize you.
Yeah, no, I'm sort of like moving away, like I was sort of like out of their line of vision.
I'm also gonna do a diddle just so I can properly convey my. Can I? The diddle.
Hold on.
Also, give me a height on these walls.
The walls in the front is 15 feet, but then it begins to scale very quickly, up to like 20, 25, 30 feet, heading into the back of the wall. I am about to draw, but I am trying to describe.
I have a potion of climbing. I can scale a wall.
Yeah, same,
That's
but I
like-
can also jump 27 feet in the air.
So here's the manor, and here's the gateway right there. This is about 15 feet right there, and the gate itself is about 10. But then the walls go like this. There's a building over here, and over here, and the entrance to this building seems to be on like that side street. Same thing for the opposite side here.
Can we? Are there like window? Can we see from like the general area of where we were right here? Are there like windows on these sides?
You do not seem to see any windows from that side. They seem to be part of the same wall that is containing this large manor.
And when Ren was bouncing around, did he notice guards on these roofs?
What was that, Ren?
How tall is this building?
There also doesn't seem to be any guards in this area. That building itself seems to be around, I'd say, stories tall. Not sure how much that is in feet. It's just like a big, like, tenant block sort of building.
Yeah, Rin just sort of like he starts moving away from like this street to like go like onto like this street, and like he just sort of directs the other two. He's like, "Come on!" And he just starts like sort of like cracking his neck. He's like, "So Niles, exactly how good are you at climbing? Ever play on buildings as a kid?
No, sir, but I can manage as best as I can.
It's Ren, not sir. But so
Everybody
you're
else
gonna
is
get
getting
a
on him too.
3 of us have now.
but you're about to get a crash course, or you've got a choice. You can God, this is gonna suck. You can either try to climb, or I can try to give you a piggyback ride on.
Whatever you think is best.
Bridal carry the boy.
Might be best for you to help him, if I am completely honest.
Yep.
Alternatively, he could just come back with Lance and be like, "Yeah, no, sorry."
As we just
easier
sort
on
of
you two.
as we just sort of like get in front of this building, I say, well, time to make the decision. Do you want to try to climb, or do you want me to carry you?
I suppose I can try to climb.
All right, good luck. And Ren reactivates the ring of jumping, and just like leaps, and just grabs onto the wall near the top.
How high does that get you up?
So I take like a small like running start, and I get up 27 feet.
Yep. You sail up there, and Odd and Niles begin to create their way. Ren, you land at near the top of the building. However, very immediately, as you've just bounded off of the road, the several people who were wandering around that road very quickly see you bound up to the top of a building.
I assume we're not doing it in front of people.
This street is busy. All of these streets are super busy. There's no not busy street here.
Are you okay? Well, no.
However, the people there are just like, oh, look at here. Oh, what is that? Oh, there's that a bag. What is going on?
I'd like to immediately stealth after that.
You're still lit on this building, but you can try to stealth. It would be a disadvantage, and the DC is very, very high.
Well, still within 30 feet, so...
Yeah, still within 30 feet of the past that trace.
Yep.
37.
You're kind of like concealed in the shadows up near the top of the building, but people are like pointing up to where you jump. So it's not like you're concealed, but they know where you went. People are beginning to call burglars, and they're starting to point at the people you were just with, Ren.
I don't know what they're talking about. We're not even moving, or we're not climbing right now. We're just...
Yeah, but you guys were traveling with a dude who just jumped up the top of a building. They're just like, hey, what was that? Hey, what was that? There's like 3 or 4 people like giving you sass.
I think we just think we should just brute force entry at this point.
I just sort of call down an infernal to Odds, like, maybe it's best if you two make your way back and sort of move away from this area.
Yeah, let's...
I hate to admit it.
Yeah, I'm just whispering to Niles, let's get out of here. And we're just gonna start acting like, what the heck? Just looking back, just questioningly.
Yeah, Niles just kind of follows your lead and takes his departure with you. Ren, you're on a building. People are pointing up at you, but they can't see you.
How tall is the wall here?
You have to climb up to the roof to find out.
Yeah, I'll finish climbing up.
Yeah, you're on the roof. It's slightly gabled here, and you kind of like meander your way around. Looking down, you do see that the roof on the other side is about a similar height. So you could probably long jump it if you wanted to. Looking down, though, this building seems to be part of the wall as described, and it's just like a straight line down into the small garden that seems to be down there.
Looking down, is there like anybody in that garden?
You do see a couple people just kind of ambling about in it. They seem to be similar thuggish individuals, but they seem to be just like wandering around in circles, basically, not doing anything in particular.
I'd like to actually move along the wall. I assume it's like a flat top on the wall?
It's like a gabled top, but yeah, you can like move along this side, which is just like an ascending wall that heads up until it meets the actual wall of the city.
Yeah, I'm like stealth Assassin's Creeding right now. I'm just sort of... It's either that or I'm like sort of bounced along top as I move slowly, like staying to stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I want to like try to move along the wall until like there's nobody immediately beneath me or like around the area like that I drop into, and then drop.
Again, so like this area right here is where the garden is. There's some people maybe like in this area right here. You would be dropping to this area right here, so they're not very far away. You are no longer with Pass Without Trace either, so you would have to make a new stealth check. So they might see and or hear. And it would also be quite a drop. Like, it would be painful to drop that far.
Trying to remember the rules for a standing jump. It's half normal.
Standing jump is usually, like, in one location, though.
Yeah. So if I were to leap away from the wall, I'm trying to figure out how far I would go. Which is...
Are you trying to leap to the manor itself?
Yeah, how far away would the manor itself be?
It would be an easy jump. Like, you could make it without problem.
It's ridiculous how much light is here even at night.
Even if you just did like a running jump, like you could easily make it to the manor.
Yeah, I'll just leap to the manor.
You land onto the slick roof of the manor.
Okay, now I need to figure out. I assume Mia's already headed in, or like I don't see her headed in from here.
Yeah, you do not see her. She already did that before you even concocted this plan.
Okay. Yeah, I feel really bad just continuing because all the boys were not able to make it in.
They are making their way back to the rest of the group.
Well, considering attention was drawn here because of Ren, has this place like cleared up?
If you wander over to that location, you do see that there's a number of people just milling about. It's similar to the previous street, but they don't seem to be like alerted in any sort of way.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot, boys. We could have had a dust of disappearance active.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well,
actually, I got an idea. I'll start talking to people like, yo, I heard there was some commotion going on the in this general part of the street.
Not my problem.
See what's going on.
They seem to brush you off largely. They go about their business, whatever they were doing.
I see this is just going to be next to impossible. Okay.
Not next to impossible.
I don't know what you're on about. I got it easy.
Yeah, and you already drew attention. Meanwhile, I'm just here fucked. Is there no... What is it behind the fucking house,
That
Chris?
is the city wall. It is just a very big, thick wall that rises about, I'd say, 50 feet.
Is there no alleyway at all?
No.
Son of... Well, like, not anywhere near here, but like close by.
There is no alleyway in this area. It's literally just built up against the wall.
No place where I can just be like hiding in a corner. Nobody knows where I'm at.
Not really, except into like the corners where like these streets meet the walls to the end. But even then, it's not like that's very hidden place. Like maybe there's some barrels sitting around that would be a convenient place to like duck behind, but it's not. This is not a place meant for sneaking.
When you just want to polymorph into like a bird or something and just fly out of the roof, but you can't.
What's happening?
Oh well, I have no
trying to
options
figure out how to
try
get in.
Fuck.
Niles is still with him.
Bring my boy back to me.
Hold on.
As you do.
I had to DM something. Fuck. Am I not able to just like find? Okay, so not in this area, but like, how far out would I have to go to find an alley?
Probably like the next street over. So you'd be walking quite a distance away from the rest of the group. But in a few of the streets next over, you could probably find an alley that ducks between some of the ramshackle buildings that are here.
I've got 2 options right now, and yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I will instead sending Ren to tell him to. Wait, no, fucking Jerry. People will know.
What?
People will see you doing that.
I mean, they'll just see me throwing a pouch down to you.
Yeah, and then I'm immediately guaranteed. Hey,
Incriminated.
a burglar.
And then you two just vanish.
It's
Easy.
not smart. It's not smart. No, I'm just gonna go find an alley, not too far from this place, and just like turn myself into a bird, where people can't see me.
I assume you would have sent Niles back. Yeah.
Yeah, I would send Niles back to
Niles
Lance.
returns to the group.
But
My
no,
big boy.
I am finding an alley. I am making sure nobody can see me, and gonna try to turn into a bird.
Give me a stealth check.
All right, past that. I never dropped past that trace, so advantage.
Does that carry over when you polymorph? Oh my god. Oh my
No.
god.
No,
Were you
it's
missed?
it pass without trace is concentration. Polymorph is also concentration.
Odd, you
Yeah,
don't
so
exist
it would
in
get
this
to-
alley.
It would get dropped as soon as polymorph is up.
You reach into the console commands and just disappear.
Yeah, no, I hacked the system. I am a bird, and I am going to fly over to the roof of the other building. Ren can see like a tiny black canary or something just landing on it and just like staring at him.
While all of this is going on, Maya and Chris do return to the rest of the group.
Apparently they don't use the post.
There's like a brute force kind of entry we could use, but I don't know if they'd respect it here.
I thought you didn't care about respecting them here.
I don't care about respecting them, it's more so would they respect it.
I don't
Anything's
think they'd
needed, I
want
can
us-
certainly help, but there seems to be a lot of them there.
I mean, I have these. I'll hold up some of my scrolls of diplomatic community. If we really need to get in.
Hate to break it to you, but looking around here, I don't think those are very useful.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
I have a question. Zoe raises her hand.
Yeah.
What's your question?
We could also try to sneak in.
No.
Just no.
The only way I would allow you and Summer to try to sneak in is if Niles went with you and he doesn't want to put a dress on.
It's strange, sir.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I respect that, but it also means that they're not allowed to go in.
We don't do anything. Something's gonna happen to Ashna. Do you want that, Lance? Come on.
But it puts you two in danger too.
I have sending. At least a few of them left. I can send if we find a way in.
I mean, she would know that something weird happened to me when I was sending Ashna.
I'm just worried.
I don't like the idea of you two going in there.
Neither do I. They seem like scumbags. However, I don't see many other options for the rest of us out here. It's true.
How much could Lance pull off a dress?
Have to try. Yoshi can't. Straight
I
up,
don't
like
think
looking at
Yoshi
Yoshi, big old buff boy with a beard. This guy ain't getting in. He's got the hair for it though. If he lets it
Probably knock
down,
dudes out, but that's about it.
if he lets that hair down, he's a Pantene Pro V commercial. But besides that,
Yoshi isn't a knockout, but he can knock someone out.
Wait, put
You
Lance's token on the board real quick.
The bandages, no.
Popping his eye? No, he has his eye.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's got the magic
Pop
eye.
in his eye,
Well,
put a hat on.
The dress
I
would
don't
be
know.
really. It would be short on you, and
Aren't you strong, boy?
I don't know if it would fit around your arm, and
I mean, I can wear like a kind of like a blanket as a shawl, so it couldn't see like the bust arms area.
There's also luggage. You have that, right? Not saying what you think you are, right? I mean, it's an option. Yeah, you see kind of like Yoshi like face palm.
I'll try it.
Your luggage.
I'll try it.
You don't even look Oriental.
I mean,
really don't.
but we have your dresses though, as well.
Yeah, they're probably just one. She doesn't really.
I don't think
of
she.
them are on the
I don't think
card.
she would fit.
Maybe she's just trying the style. We can try.
Man,
Okay, but they don't
Summer,
use
this
the
is
post.
just you wanting to dress your boys up in
Yes.
frilly clothing.
That too.
This is Summer wanting to play Barbie dress up, but instead of Barbie, it's Kent.
We can try.
It's Kent, but he's confused about his identity, so.
Is
It's
that the
Ken.
plan?
Oh, listen, we can try, and if it fails, the girls can go in alone.
I
Mhm.
don't want the girls to go in alone.
I don't want them to either.
So Summer and Zoe are both down to go in.
They need a babysitter.
Right. So who out of Niles and Lance are trying to go in?
Niles won't put on the dress.
I mean,
I'm not going to make him uncomfortable.
Are you going to put on dress?
I will attempt, and if it doesn't look convincing, like he's gonna ask, like, "Hey, does this look convincing or not?"
somebody get some oranges.
And then
for
if he
this one.
gets a no, then it's clearly, okay, girls, I'm sorry.
If you will, sir, then I will too.
Oh, look!
Oh God!
If
No!
we cross dress together.
No!
We're doing it.
Niles needs a fucking spine.
Does.
We're doing it.
Okay.
God, how does he shoot a bow when he
I
doesn't
will
have a
also give him a
spine?
little makeup, like just some
Yeah,
lipstick
do our makeup.
and,
I put in
and
my
some
like my
eyeliner,
Um,
Niles
like
has
very
long-
like eyelashes, just
Yeah.
eyelashes.
So,
Niles has longer hair, so I don't think he needs a hat, but I'll need a hat.
so what I
have a
need,
hat, probably.
what I need is Jerry, what do you think a disguise kit roll would be?
Either sleight of hand or charisma. Or
I want a
dexterity or charisma, rather.
I want a charisma check. I want a charisma check, I want a stealth check, and I want a deception check for everyone involved. Zoe and Summer
Do
don't
Do I
need to convince
do
anyone.
charisma and deception?
Oh no, for Niles and Lance specifically.
Okay.
Niles has a
However,
singular d6.
If you are proficient in deception and or yeah, mostly deception, then you can aid either of them in their task.
Well, it's my shit, so I'm
D&D,
proficient. I'm not
everyone.
proficient in deception, but I'm proficient in
You're proficient in what?
sleight of hand.
I'll let you make a check with sleight of hand, but I will not let them get advantage because of it.
Okay, so who's doing the roll? So what am I rolling?
You need to roll a charisma, a deception,
Eh.
and a stealth check.
Wait, charisma
Okay, I'll
and
do
deception?
Niles first.
Charisma,
That's what I
deception,
said.
and stealth. Not a save, a check.
So, charisma. Oh no. Deception. And then sleight of hand or stealth.
Stealth.
He has a d6 to use on one of these.
He'll use the d6 on the.
I
charisma.
technically never got rid of his blessing of the trickster.
Okay, so this is for the charisma check. So 5, 6, 7, 8. That's
Oh.
an 8, and then he has advantage on stealth, so it's a 24 for the stealth.
Mhm.
Okay,
8,
Chris.
11, and
Mhm.
24.
Understood.
Oh, 8, 11, 24. Now we get to the special boy. Ah.
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 6. Ah.
Ah.
All
Wait,
right.
but you have disadvantage on stealth?
The armor's not on. The armor's not on because he's getting in the.
Armor's not on.
Yeah,
Because
armor's
if-
off.
if-
You can't wear a dress and have armor.
It's true.
Chris will tell you.
Yes. So, how it all goes is you guys kind of like meander around a little bit, trying to find a place where you can get all this done, while the rest of the group waits as best as they can. From the rest of the group that remains, Maya has already been denied. She's not going to try again. Yoshi is Yoshi. He can't do much, so he's going to try to investigate the area. Just in case something goes wrong, he's going to try to break in however he can, especially since his sister's in there now, and Summer's going in. Yeah. Chris, what do you do?
Well, I think he's helping us with our, like, stuff.
Yeah. But after they're all set up, what are you going to do? What is the plan?
I'm zipping them up, after that.
So Maya is kind of like sitting around, basically doing her best. Yoshi's looking for a way to get in. What are you going to do?
There's not a lot I can do. I'll use this time to take a short rest to get a 3rd level spell slot back.
That is what you do. Yes. So, for our dress-up game.
Yes.
I'm always missing a 3rd level spell slot at the beginning of the day because of Anime Dead.
So you guys eventually find a place.
I'm always missing a 4th level spell slot, but I get it back.
You find a place which is selling a variety of clothing stuffs that hasn't closed down for the day, and you borrow their changing rooms to head inside and get dressed up. We go like to a fade to black, and then we like have each person come out of their respective changing room. Summer and Zoe look great. They had nothing wrong to begin with, and they await the lads. As Niles exits, he has his long hair slightly better tended to, drifting off to the side around an ear. His face, not terribly convincing. The rest of him, however, seems to pull it off quite nicely, as far as things are considered. He's blushing profusely, so the makeup is not really needed at this point.
Just the lipstick and the eyelashes, that's it.
Not Niles, but Lance.
You look like a dude in a dress.
You look like a dude in a dress who has kind of caked on makeup now. You look beautiful, sweetie. But your shoulders are defining, if nothing else.
You look beautiful, darling.
Perhaps if someone was drunk, they would mistake you. But otherwise,
who wore it better?
Can we get them intoxicated first?
Okay, so be honest, is it bad?
Not sure, sir.
No, I'm asking this to Zoe, Summer, and Chris.
They cannot answer because they are huddled in a corner, laughing their asses off.
Chris isn't laughing. Chris says
they're snickering profusely.
God damn it! I love D&D.
I think you look wonderful, but you look like Lance in a dress.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is it's a no-go for me, at least.
If they were female guards, they might be very enamored.
This is a time, Summer says, but she eventually gains her composure. I have an idea. We can try to go in ourselves. You can try to follow us. Me, Niles, and Zoe can all go in together. We have the best shot, at least. If you want to try to come in with Chris, maybe you can have some better excuse. I can sending you, and she points to her head.
I already tried that. They already know who I am.
Yeah, but look what you did for him. And she kind of points to Niles, who, like, we get, like, an up and down shot of him just in a dress, and he's just, like, blushing like a bride.
Using a disguise kit on yourself?
I don't have a disguise kit. All I have are... She has clothes with her.
It took multiple checks with no proficiency.
But Niles is looking like a blushing bride at the moment, and Summer insists, if you can fix him up, maybe you can change yourself a little bit.
Oh,
I could put on my Courtsian uniform and say I'm like your bodyguard or something.
That's not good. They wouldn't recognize that.
I mean, yeah, they would, but oh yeah, you're not here. Fuck off.
And there's not a lot I can do. My hair's short, and they have my other clothes, and
I'm gonna change really quick. I should.
Are you changing out of your clothes?
Yes.
Very well. You reappear in your normal commoner's clothes and your armor.
Would I hug Niles? Oh, you look so cute though.
He is not speaking at the moment.
I don't blame him.
I trust you to take care of the girls.
I'm gonna hand him a rapier and a dagger. I'm gonna be like, you can hide these under there, I think.
Give me
Rapier,
a
no.
stealth check
Dagger,
at
yes.
disadvantage.
Who, me or for Niles?
For you and Niles, if you have proficiency, you can help out.
I cannot help him, but
So just do it for him.
a disadvantage?
Yes.
19.
Yeah, this ain't working. There's a huge
19?
There's a huge just like lump from where the rapier's like handle
Okay, what
is.
about the dagger? Well, I mean, I said rapier and a dagger. I'm
But
sure the dagger.
however, he can line the dagger in among his unmentionables, which only he allows you to do.
Mysterious girlfriend X hours. Is
No,
that
I was
what I'm
thinking
hearing,
more of like
Chris?
the leg strap kind of thing where you can put a dagger there.
That is also an option.
Yeah, just get him a garter belt and we put a dagger hiding in it.
he can use one of my stockings.
Yeah, we can put it in the stocking.
Easy.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other preparations you guys are making?
With the girls.
I'm so glad I'm a rogue and I just got to walk in.
We'll be waiting for your sending, Summer. Good luck. You taking care of them, Niles.
Yep. Do you let the quote unquote ladies head in?
Yep.
Sure. Yep.
They do indeed head in. You see them kind of like walk out of the market area. Yoshi is still face palming profusely as they go. But you do see them head over to the guards. The guards come to attention. They seem to take interest, and very soon thereafter, everyone gets let in, and the gates close behind them.
They didn't have to make a check.
For the group still outside, do you do anything else?
I'll help Yoshi in trying to figure out a way in if we need it.
He was kind of like investigating the same paths that Odd and Ren did collectively earlier, and he kind of laments to you that there doesn't seem to be an easy way in without like digging a way through the wall.
Ah. How tough do you think those?
Shapestone.
How tough do you think those guys are in the front? They don't look that tough.
Be a challenge, but you seem good for yourself.
Yeah, I'll whack them.
I can blind some of them.
My concern is what might happen if we start a commotion outside.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm waiting for the word. Like, you know.
You do get that word soon thereafter, and it is indeed Summer giving you a sending. She says, "Not a lot of ways in." And how would she word it? Chris might be able to sneak her way in. You just need to make sure that you're deceptive. I think that was within the word limit.
No, that's definitely within the word limit. It's
Definitely.
25.
It's 25 limit.
Yeah.
25 word limit.
That first sentence is very long, though. Either way.
Chris, you need to be the young woman that I've always needed you to be.
Oh. I don't know what that means.
We are gonna make you gorgeous!
Yoshi face palms again.
I take her to a boutique. Make her gorgeous! Quickly!
Okay, I guess I'm just buying like some random clothes or something.
That's the thing you can do if you would like.
And like, it's probably not as nice as the ones I have, but like nice.
I really hope that by the time Carista's done with this makeover, everybody else just sort of got Ashna and is like heading out, and she just shows up like, I'm ready to sneak in, and we're just like, what the fuck?
That's what Carista's like. This feels like it's gonna take too long, but okay, I guess.
Yeah, like you're taking her to a boutique, my guy.
Quickly!
Ah!
Do you have 30 or not 30, 20 gold on hand, Chris?
Yeah, I get a hat. So that hides my hair.
The dresses that are available are quite pretty. Not necessarily your style, but it'll work for the moment. They kind of look like this.
Yeah, that works. I guess.
Chris judges on the fashion, but she looks quite lovely in it, especially once she gets her hair up. Do you try to head inside?
Yeah.
I act as her bodyguard.
Yes. So, you two approach. Maya and
I
Yoshi
changed
try to
my
hang back.
uniform a bit, so I have like my eyeball in. I like change my hairstyle. I like put like on like my nice shoulder pads and a nice shirt just so I look kind of fancy, but it's not my full uniform. Just so I look more like princely kind of.
Put on an angry face.
That being said,
Very stoic face.
you two approach to the gates. They do the same thing, kind of taking notice of you as you approach.
Greetings, my lady here has an appointment with the master this fine evening.
You got an appointment then? Well, let's see it.
I think I would carry around such frivolous things.
Give me a deception check.
That was good. That was good.
Man, she took theater as an elective. She took theater as an elective.
Yeah, they kind of like do the white man blinking thing. I mean, yeah, you certainly make the cut there. Yeah, what is your business, sir? They kind of like are already opening the gate.
My lady has very high standards, and I am here to make sure all of her needs are met along the way.
All of your needs, eh? You see a lot of them like shouldering, but like the one calm dude from earlier is just like trying to be as official as possible. Give me a persuasion check.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion, you say?
3.
Oh! Hey.
Hey. Both of our +1 persuasion or charisma.
You technically have a +2.
What exactly are those needs?
Just escorting her. Oh, go ahead.
I have very valuable things on my person. I am a very valuable person. Must be protected.
Give me a performance check.
I'm proficient in that. Fuck.
I mean, that's still pretty good. That's a 15,
Yeah. They kind of like give you another look up and down with your statements, and they're like, all right, fair enough. You will have a thing to do with you, lady, if you will.
What?
They're like pointing at Lance, like, we got stuff to do with you, but my lady. And they extend a hand to help you, to help escort you in.
That was pretty good for me.
So do they let me in with her or no?
Yes, they are letting you in.
Okay, good. Okay, good. We did it!
Yeah, high five! High five, Lance!
Everyone's in except for Yoshi.
Yep. Yoshi and Maya. Maya got denied too.
Yoshi's
Maya, I
just
forgot.
standing there like, wait, that actually worked?
He face palms and then looks between the face palms. Wait, they got in?
They got in.
So, from Ren's perspective, we back up in time a little bit. Ren, you are on the roof. What are you going to do?
The canary's just staring him down.
Canary's not there yet, but you are on the roof of the manor.
Yeah, he just sort of like starts to move around. He's like sort of peeks over the edge of like the backside of the manor, like see if there's anybody there.
Straight drop. It seems kind of there's a small it's essentially an alleyway here, but separating the wall from the manor proper. The roof, like if you step on the tip of the gable of the roof, you could probably touch the wall, but you'd also probably fall to try to touch it, so you decide not to do that.
Yeah, is there anybody like below?
Doesn't seem to be. It seems quite dark too. You'd have to do a acrobatics check to like hang down to see if there's any sort of way to enter on the walls of this place on that back end.
Yeah, I assume I don't see like any windows or anything. Or I'd have to do the acrobatics check, yeah?
Yes.
Yeet.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you hang yourself down. You don't seem to see any sort of windows on this location. Not too surprising, but that is what you see hanging down from the side of this gable.
I sort of just like I climb back up and I just sort of like move around to like, hold on, let me move back to the map, the quote unquote map portion is like, do I see anybody like down here?
Hold on, I'm not looking. Where? Yeah, going to that side. Again, it is a strong wall. There's a small little garden space. I didn't draw it correctly. Don't mind me. There should be like equal spacing. So, like,
yeah, it's fine. It's
that. But yeah, there's another little garden space. You see one guy who's just kind of hanging out there. He's by a little like koi pond sort of thing going on, but otherwise, no one else there beyond the like small trees that are present.
Is he looking at the building?
He seems to be looking like toward the pond, just kind of minding his own.
Is that towards the building or away from the building?
He's like looking to the southeast, so that way.
Okay. Are there windows on this side of the building?
There seem to be.
Can I just sort of like maneuver my way down to where I can like looking through the window?
So you find two sets of prominent windows here. The ones on the right or the left?
I assume there's light coming out of both of them, yes?
Yes.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch up. Fuck it. Right.
All right.
Fuck it.
First give me a stealth check and then give me a perception check.
Catch up. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
So yeah, you're trying to be as subtle as possible. You feel like you're being quite stealthy as you kind of like bend down from the gable to hang down and like look in. It does require you to like hang for a moment to actually get a good view.
Yeah, like all of his weight is like on his wrist, like the hook blade, and he's like, "Oh, this sucks."
You do see that there seems to be blinds of some sort. They seem to be transparent to a degree. But it's a cloudy vision sort of thing. I don't know good ways to describe blinds. However, you're looking in through these windows. You see what seems to be 3 large figures in the room. You're not really sure what else to do because you felt like you saw one of the figures move, so you're just like, fuck that, and hopped back up to the roof.
From what I was able to see, does it look like that other window looks into the same room?
No, they seem to be quite separated. So you would imagine these are 2 separate rooms.
Yeah, I'll go to the left window now and like sort of do the same bit.
You step along the shingles and then do the same little bit to the next room using the previous roll. You glance in, you see what seems to be some other figures. They don't seem to be moving though. They seem to be just shadowy figures looking in through the window. And there seems to be something directly under the window, but just as a course of like precaution, you climb back quickly to the roof to make sure you're not seen.
Oh, let's... You said this house is 3 stories, yeah?
Yes. Actually, 2 stories.
Well,
my apologies.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, baby bones. Baby bones to plummet. Yeah, I'll go to the back and I'll jump down.
Mm-hmm. You do that. You take the appropriate damage.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
You take that damage
where's-
eventually. However, around this time that you're just
One
like giving your ankles a massage from taking the hard landing, a bird lands nearby. A canary, I believe it was.
A black canary.
A black canary.
So just like a blackbird with the like curved beak.
Yeah, he just sort of like, it looks like a murkrow, basically.
Kinda.
Yeah, he just sort of like stands up, strangers looks and I was like, so you finally just did that, huh? It's like, instead of just beating around the bush, you finally just decided to turn yourself into a bird.
Cocks his head at you.
Yeah, alright. Well, there's several large figures on the top floor. Some of them are moving about, and he sort of like points up towards the left window, like moves to like the edge of the building and like points up towards the left window.
You'd have to
And
peek
says-
around this edge, but otherwise you can point in
no,
that
he's
direction.
pointing in like the general direction from like the back, so, like through the building up to the like the left window, and then he like gestures his hand a little bit to the right to point towards the right window. He's like, in the right room is where the ones are moving about. In the left room, they seem to be rather still. There's a singular person over on the right side of the building. Well, I guess left from where we are. Who's by the pond. There's several others in the garden over on the other side of the building.
Give me a new stealth check.
Stealth
Yeet.
check.
Oh boy!
As you're describing this, peeking out around the corner, you do see the guy like who's sitting in the pond come up from whatever he's doing and like turn directly towards you. He doesn't seem to see you, but he immediately saw something, and you see him rising from his sitting position.
Ren's immediately just like, be back in a moment, and he's gonna immediately reach into his bag, pull out the dust of disappearance, and just cover himself with it.
You are now invisible, I believe.
Yeah, I need to roll 2d4.
How far is the general area for that?
10 foot.
10 foot. I think I'd probably be within that.
You are an invisible bird.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Do you do anything besides become dusted?
I sort of like move out from beside the building to where like if he walks over there, he'll walk right past me.
Odd.
Odd's gonna go to the, what was it, the left window you said that people were moving?
The right window.
Right window? Okay, so the right window he's going to fly over to, and is there like a little ledge that he can like sit on?
A little bitty one.
Yeah, he'll just land on that and just like look inside.
Give me a perception check, but at advantage. Ren, you could just kind of like scoot over to the side.
You gotta use that bird stats.
This
I
guy,
don't know what I could use.
this guy in like solid Metal Gear Solid fashion, like walks over there, peeks around the corner. He has his sword drawn, just like, huh. Guess it was nothing. He just puts his sword away and like heads back to where he was. But like, this guy seems alerted now. He seems to just like be paying more active attention. He doesn't sit back down near the pond. He's just like going through an active patrol procedure now.
So 14.
Understood. Peeking in through the window. Again, it is a little shrouded. You see a dark figure over to the right in this room. You also see a dark figure to the left. It's hard to make out what these are with your little bird eyes, but you definitely see figures and they don't seem to be moving. However, there is a moving figure. They seem to be seated at a desk to the left. And they seem to be short in stature, but otherwise are doing something at the desk. That's the best you can tell through these blinds with that check.
Well, there wasn't somebody near the window? I thought there was somebody near the window.
That was the other room.
Oh, I was wanting to know that room.
You said the one where they were moving.
I said they weren't moving.
You need to enunciate, good sir.
Yeah,
I did.
I agree with what Jerry said. However, you are a bird. You can do what you please.
Can I fly over to that one then?
Using the same perception check, you kind of look in. There doesn't seem to be anyone in this room. You see a dark figure in the back corner, but it doesn't seem to be moving. It doesn't strike you as an animate object.
Wasn't this the room with the person near the window though?
That's
Or is
what
that the
Ren said.
Wait, so there's only one person in that room now when there was multiples before?
Mm.
I said large figures. I didn't say people.
Oh, motherfucker.
Also, from this position, as you're just kind of like fluttering around, you do see that Summer and Zoe and a female friend they seem to have recruited are heading into the building.
Are they? Oh, they're heading into the building. Okay.
They seem to be gussied up and are heading into the building with the escort of several of the guards.
Can I say that from like where
No,
I'm off to the side of the building?
Not from your location, but Odd saw this.
Okay, so were those the only 2 windows for the top floor?
They're like 2 sets of windows essentially for each, but yes.
Okay, I want to check the bottom floor then.
I want this man to choose Niles as his bride.
Fluttering down there to the bottom floor, you don't seem to see any windows. It seems to be all wood and like it's all like graded, kind of like what we see here. I don't know the best architectural term for it, but it's like this sort of thing going on where it's just like lots of wood panels that are blocking the area. There don't seem to be any windows. It's all wood.
Okay, and there's no like, and when it comes to the top floor, there's none of the windows that are like generally open.
No, none of them are open.
Okay, then Bird Odd will just fly up to the top of the roof again and just like perch and just wait for Ren to do something.
That is about 3 minutes of your disappearance. You're going to the front of the building?
Mm-hmm.
That is what you do. Odd, you track where he's going. Actually, you don't track where he's going because he's invisible.
Yeah, no, I would have to wait for the invisibility to drop or he does something.
Yeah, you head in there. About that time, you see the door closing, and you probably see, like, Niles' butt, not knowing it's his butt.
I wanted to try to sneak in with them. That's...
Missed that opportunity.
Yep, that's what I was just like, do I see this?
You see like a feminine figure walking into the building and the door shutting behind it, and you see a couple guards heading back toward the gate.
Is there people like at the door?
There's like one person who's sitting on like a stool, and he's just kind of minding his own business. He seems to be fiddling with some cards.
I have an idea, but that would alert people. Looking at the front of this building, are there like windows?
Say again?
Looking at the front of the building, are there windows?
No.
No fucking windows? Jesus
It's a very
Christ.
strange building.
What the fuck is the ventilation on this place?
It matches the various other buildings that you've seen in this neighborhood, which are all kind of ramshackle. Like, this is a manor because it's large, not because it's pretty.
I'm gonna very quickly just poke my head around to the other side. Do I see like windows on that side of the building?
On which side?
On the left side.
Yeah. Heading over to that side. You seem to see that there aren't any real windows. There is some more of those wood paneling. And you also do note that there are 2 of the guards who seem to be talking quite actively near another pond on this location.
We're gonna have to sneak in through that fucking window.
Probably.
You are at about 4.5 minutes on your disappearance.
Yep, I'm gonna quickly move around to the back. And I'm just gonna sort of climb up, not knowing where Odd could be. I guess that like I'm gonna just give like a small rap on like the lip of like the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Just to sort of like if Odd is around, just like let him know where I am.
I would say Odd hears it. There's like a knocking from the shingles of the roof.
You just hear or whatever a bird would make.
Yeah, I'm like right here, like at the corner, and I just sort of quietly say, "Doesn't look like there's really any entrance that we'll be able to sneak into. So we're probably gonna have to take our bets with whatever's in these rooms. Hope you're ready for this." And with that, I'm going to take one last look into the windows.
Give me another perception check, but at disadvantage.
Knowing this, I'll go fly to the right window because he doesn't know where Ren's going in.
Okay.
Yeet. Oh, that 21 was so beautiful, but it's a 12.
You see the exact same thing you saw before. You definitely see some figures in the room. Some of them are moving, some of them are not, but they seem to be quite bulky. You can imagine some more guards.
And which window is it?
Right window.
We're going in through the left one, boys. I don't care what's in here. I'm just gonna try to pry it open a little bit.
Yeah, so you're heading over to the left window across the roof, I imagine?
Yeah, the left window, and I'm gonna try to, like, stealthily open it.
Understood. Do you alert Odd?
Yeah, I just give, like, another, like, sharp rap on, like, the shingles.
Do you respond,
And
Odd?
then
And he flies around.
You are over in that location. Also, Ren, around this time, you see Chris, clearly gussied up. That's not what Chris dressed like. Heading down the little way with a guard, to walk into the building.
And a lance.
And a lance.
how much time do we have left?
You probably got 30 seconds.
How long is it gonna take them to get there?
It would take some time for you to hop down. You also might alert the guard if you hop down. You feel like you have a good plan. That's me as a DM speaking.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna stealthily open up the window.
Yep, you open up the window. The blinds are there. You kind of press them aside. You see that there is a desk in the room. There's also a chest directly under you, which you can step on, kind of hopping into the room. There also seems to be some bookshelves in the room.
Is there a person in the room?
No. You saw the bookshelves.
Fucking hell. Birdod flies in.
I'm just gonna very quickly just pick the lock on this.
To pick the lock on the chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point your invisibility pops off. So does Odd. Odd is like sitting somewhere in the room, I imagine.
I imagine Odd would just be perched on his shoulder at this point.
There you go. That being said,
That's a 32. 33 actually.
That thing will open in due time, but for now, I think this is a good place to call it.
Okay.
Come on.
We dealt with the time dilation of situations, and then we get to the meat and potatoes of everything.
Can I at least know if I open this?
You opened it, I said so.
Okay, thank God.
I can't wait to kill everyone in here.
Sorry, it was DC
Fireball.
34, Jerry. I'm sorry, it was DC 34.
Wait, this is
sorry.
Azesta.
Damn.
Sickening Radiance. Huh.
Sickening radiance.
This lock was too good, I'm sorry.
The lock just wasn't feeling it today, just didn't want to open.
Yeah. It was a mimic.
Yeah, it had a bad day. You know, its girlfriend broke up with it, and it's feeling very, like, closed up.
I'm feeling pretty locked right now. I don't know, dude.
Well, we at least get to know what's in the chest while you're closing it.
A variety of money, largely, or money effects. I need to total up the treasures. However, you do find some goodies inside.
That'll just be going into the bag of holding right there.
Yoinkers.
How's my
Don't
lovely
be an
boy
asshole
doing with the
this one,
girls?
Jerry.
We gotta
Don't be
wait
an asshole
till
with this
next
one.
time.
I hope this man picks Niles as his bride. I hope.
We will largely be starting with the events of everyone collecting themselves.
I hope this man has a thing for blondes. I hope. He's like, damn, I got a thing for blondes. That one. That one.
I do have a request. For those who did various stealth and deception checks, please write down whatever you got for your outfits. No, Lance is exempt because he is not in costume.
Is mine? The only thing I rolled. The only deception check I rolled was to say I don't carry my.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because you got ghosted up in a different way, so you're okay. You're okay. But mostly for Niles then. Yeah. Because the ladies made it in easier than the lads did.
He has a 24 stealth.
It's good to know, but we just need to remember that for next time, because that determines how well he's dressed up. That being said, if
Both of there.
we have nothing else, for now at least, say goodbye, stream.
A stream.
Goodbye, stream.